lost, there's always a hope. Rise and fight.
Greetings and salutations, StarCraft fans. Once again, we'd like to welcome you to another BSL Race Wars Championship. We are on day 7, and I just want to say I got my good buddy Razz here joining me for today's cast. What's up, Razz?
Hey, how's it going, Machine? How are you tonight?
Ooh, you know me, man. I'm all tingly. I'm excited. We have another bunch of incredible matches to look forward to tonight, man. I'm on the edge of my seat already, and dude, I can't really wait to get this one started, man. This is gonna be exciting.
Yeah, some fantastic names for all the races tonight. Like to see CadenZie in there as well as one of the newcomers to the stream, it seems, and see what she puts up. But I'm really excited to see everyone play. Going to be some fantastic matches on some fun maps.
Yeah, man. You mentioned it. We have pretty much like the who's who of the foreign scene here. Some newer names just to kind of keep things fresh tonight. CadenZie, Jiren, Hawk, Dandy, Terran, Nyoken back at it. Dragon, KwarK, Boa on the Protoss front, and then you also mentioned, the new maps. For some of the old heads like me, tonight looks pretty exciting. We got Troy in the map pool. We got Gold Rush, Cross Game, Revolver, Optimizer, Sparkle, Goodnight, Multiverse. This is, it's gonna definitely be a little exciting and a little nostalgic tonight for sure.
Yeah, I love to see that some of the maps are just different in terms of the way they're created. A bunch of maps have those assimilators that you can kill that kind of lock bases off. We have Sparkle back as an island map. So we definitely can see some different games with some different builds, some different strategies coming out from all the players.
Yeah, man, Troy. I remember dealing with like two gate on that map as a Zerg player. If you get locked in your main, it's pretty much GG. That was kind of a fun one to play for sure. And obviously, every one of these players has been around and understands these maps, so it's gonna be cool to see what they're able to bring to the table here.
Yeah, and we'll see what race tonight can make up some of these points because right now we have Protoss in the lead with 20 points, Zerg with 12, and Terran with 10. So it'll be interesting to see if some of these other races can start catching up to the Protoss and with some of the map choices. From my understanding, is each of the races got to put up a couple maps that they wanted. So we'll see how each of them do on the maps that they've chosen, or maybe someone has something special, like you said, maybe going two gate on a map like Troy to lock a Zerg in, if that's your build choice. But it'll be interesting to see what they come up with tonight.
Yeah, man. It's really started off with Protoss kind of taking a pretty quick lead early, but Zerg and Terran are coming back in it. They're making it a pretty strong fight here. So I'm super excited to get this one going. And of course, we are going to be starting the day off with none other than Terror versus Hawk. This is a epic match for the ages. These two players, we've probably casted these two competing against each other a good 20 times at this point. You know, each one of them is rock solid. They're looking to really pull it together for the Terrans and the Zergs here, but most importantly, this is just going to be a fun one to watch. It could be anybody's game here.
Yeah, and we saw last time that Hawk ended up taking it, I believe it was on Chupong Ryung, by just using that 9 hatch build versus Terra's 7 racks or 6 racks. Something crazy. So the mind games were definitely going on during that match. So it'll be interesting to see how they play from there now.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because how often do you feel like you see a 9 hatch opener like ZVT? Almost never. But man, that is just how these guys like that just kind of goes to show you like how well these two players know each other inside and out. And yeah, Hawk ended up taking the win during the last series, but you could bet Terra's coming back for a fight.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely a different type of map. Like I believe we're gonna be starting with Metaverse as our first map. So
Okay,
it'll
so
be so
more
it'll be
modern
definitely
one.
different than Chupong Ryong, not a 2-player map with all these crazy ramps. So I'm sure we're gonna see some more standard style builds on a more modern map to see what's going on. Now, I don't play much
Yeah.
ZBT on this map, but
Mul-
what have you been playing against on this? Is it going to be more mech because you can take that easier third? Are we going to see bio? What do you think Terra is going to play with here?
Yeah, Multiverse is kind of a scary map for Zerg to begin with. Just because anytime as Zerg, you always prefer having those high ground ramps just to park lurkers in front of. And with this being, you know, a oh, okay, this, yeah. No worries. But yeah, there's no real ramps to speak of on this map, um, which I want to say this could end up being pretty difficult for Zerg to hold a third gas. But at the same time, there's plenty of middle ground area. Those assimilators in the center can be killed to kind of wall this off and turn it into a semi-island map. Um, which you can look for Zerg to do. Wide natural, so Ling busts are definitely a thing here, ZVT. Terra's really going to make sure, need to stay on top of his marine production, get a bunker down, do his due diligence here. So it's not like um, it's mega Terran favored or anything, but it's going to be an interesting one for sure.
All right, we're getting into the match now, I believe.
All right, folks, here we go. Multiverse. Terror versus Hawk. This should be fun. And spawning at the bottom left of Multiverse as that red Zerg, hailing from the United States, it is Hawk.
And in the top right, in his true magenta color, no introduction even needed, it is Terror. So we see the true colors here, what they're using, what they're working with.
Yeah. I mean, Terror loves that magenta, man.
I was gonna say, he's always in that magenta. He's always ready to go. But interesting, opposite sides of the map. We'll see how that affects the play based on how the map is made. So it could be interesting just to see what they decide.
Yeah, no ramps, like I said. I think that's going to be a big key factor here. It doesn't seem like really the distance from natural to natural is super duper long either. So things like, marine stim timings, lurker ling bus, or just ling bus, I think are going to hit a little quicker than most maps would expect or anticipate. So far here, we're not really seeing anything out of the ordinary. 12 hatchery going down at the natural for Hawk. Barracks already in production in the main of Terror. And yeah, it looks like we're just gearing up for a pretty standard ZVT opener here.
Yeah, definitely different from what we saw last week, where everything was not standard.
Ooh, good catch on that scout. Yeah.
Ooh, he does see it right away there. He does see the Overlord. Probably should trigger him that he's not in that base. The one thing I'm noticing here, where are good places other than the natural to hide some of these Overlords for scouting?
Well, I think it's really just around the natural cliff, and that's kind of it. There's not a ton of positions on most maps to really scout with Overlord. So as long as you're able to get it somewhere around the natural cliff, that's fine. That's kind of funny. I forgot that feature where there's a little mini ramp leading up above there, so Terran can actually push Overlords off quite early. So yeah, that is a little unique actually. I'd say there's minimal scouting for Overlords on this map.
Yeah, only because we know that these Terran move outs, especially with stim rushes, can be really devastating if the Zerg misses the move out. So I'm sure Hawk will be using Lings in front to make sure that he's not missing anything.
What do you think of these assimilators in the middle of the map? Kind of interesting, right?
They always get interesting because if you start killing those off, right, the pathing gets totally crazed and messed up, and it actually makes the choke smaller. So I would imagine that Terran does not love moving through those chokes.
Oh. Yeah, no, definitely not. Oh, I guess Marines can still fit through the center there, and Zerglings. So it's not quite a full wall off.
Machine, this is what I was talking about. Where do you put the Overlords? Look, the first one is already picked, and we know this early losing that Overlord is a big deal for Zerg.
It is a huge deal. Suddenly, Terra is just in a massive advantage, I'd say. No Lings really to be, seen from Hawk either. He's just been focusing on that drone control. So this, isn't even necessarily looking to be some type of a Ling run by. I love seeing that Hydrogen, though. I was mentioning these are very large naturals, so if you can get away with some type of a Ling Lurker timing, it could be a quick way to win a game and seal the deal here. Ooh, this SCV Scout's gonna see it, though. There's no way 2 Lings stops this.
Do you think losing the Overlord triggered this type of build style?
I don't, actually. I think he was gonna do it anyway.
Okay. Oh, and this SCV is gonna get the full scout.
Yeah, this is, huge. Terra knows now, seeing that Hydrogen, it can only mean lurkers. He's really got to sit back and kind of defend his natural here. But, that just means producing a few extra bunkers. And when you know that the Zerg's not going Muta, it's kind of a sigh of relief a lot of times. So you don't have to invest nearly as much in turrets. You're not having to worry about getting vessels scourged immediately. The Zerg kind of has worse map control, with those lurkers. Sure, you can hold a third gas with a few lurkers up a ramp, but you can't really put in any much of a threat. So there's a lot of Lings that was produced here. Queen's Nest is down, but it gets scouted by the SCV. Incredible scouting from Terra, just keeping that SCV alive as long as he can. Another bunker being put down, and this is actually 1-1-1. I've just kind of realized from Terra, so that is quite the fast factory, but he has no plans on being aggressive here. I think it's the right call, though.
Yeah, I think just sitting back, making sure you're going to be able to handle this push. You know that Zerg is cutting eco for this. I guess the most dangerous piece of seeing that Queen's Nest is that it's almost like a 2-base all-in with Hive, right? So you need to get at least on the map a little bit, because if that swarm gets to your natural, the game could end rather quickly.
Absolutely. But fortunately, due to the nature of his build, he's doing that anyway, right? Like, he's getting the fastest vessel he possibly can. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw siege tanks with, some siege. He knows he literally just needs to sit and live on 2-base versus 2-base. And he'll be completely fine. So we do have lurkers being morphed in the center here. Only 4 lurkers. Another Hydra rallied. Drone count is very minimal, but with this build, this is kind of what you're going for. You're rushing to that hive. You're trying to get the fastest defiler possible, across the map. Which is not an easy feat to do.
Yeah, he wants to beat that tech timing, right? He wants to beat those irradiates. He wants to beat all those siege tanks behind this wall here. He just wants to get in and just bust this natural and end the game. I think we did see a similar playstyle, right, when Jaedong first came back, where he did macro out of this, where he kind of set up the contain and started taking more bases. Ooh. So I'm interested to see if Hawk is planning on some of the same, or is he just going to try to really bust here?
Yeah, I think he has to bust. I think Zerg has to be on a third gas by now if you're planning on playing into a standard game. Like, there's just no recovering economy from here. I am surprised to see a second factory and not...
I think the third factory is down as well, Machine.
It can be tricky, even with siege tanks, to defend swarm timings. Whereas vessels really and truly just can click on units and kill them under swarm. So, in that sense, I'm a little worried for Terra here, but I look at this drone count from Hawk, and man, it's all or not. This has to work.
He is taking a gas on another base top left to look for a third gas, so maybe he is going to sit and try to do some of that contain with swarm. But this exactly, I think, is good for Terra. The further he can push out and forcing more swarms to get in, I think, the better. I think you never want to sit all the way back at your natural to allow the Zerg to get there. I think it's better to just get out as far as you can, don't lose any units, and force Hawk to kind of slowly push in as you get more and more units.
Yeah.
We see Hawk's backing up. I was wondering this. Were we going to see this push out for mines, right? If he gets these mines, lays them all over, no way these Zerg units are going to get in. There's just not enough. He can just keep continuously putting mines down. With siege mode, he should be able to hold pretty easily.
Yeah, I love the call here from Terror. He's definitely played against this before. He came prepared for this. I have no idea what Hawk can do to beat mines here. Even if he, throws in a couple wings here, a couple wings there, Terror is in really good position with those Marines up front to pick off individual lings. He's got to get the mines down though.
I was gonna say,
So,
is it ready? Is it ready? Is he
it might not
make
be
it
ready.
there? Oh,
Okay, he's forced to retreat here. Marines are not moving back, but mines are going down. A little uncharacteristic of Terror there, but still, Zerg has quite a ways to go before he can get onto this mineral line of Terran. Oh,
and
Terror
that's what I
feeling
love
very
too.
confident.
Yes, I was gonna say, I love that he's moving these vultures out. Is it even worth? Oh my goodness!
Nice catch! Nice catch there by Hawk.
Wow.
And suddenly, all of those vultures have evaporated. Wow! Incredible.
I can't believe he sniped all of those vultures. I was just saying maybe he's going to get these vultures in the map or just kind of pick off defilers as they came in. But you know what? That was fantastic swarm, fantastic trap by Hawk. And now we're going to see what happens here. Oop, defiler needs to be careful though. Splash damage. Oh, first couple mines.
Okay, one
Kill.
mine does, kills a lurker, does some damage to another one. Terror kind of backing up. Still, there's so many mines here, and there's quite a ways more for Hawk to push to get in here and actually do some significant damage.
Yeah, we see the vultures running around again, trying to see if they can get some damage done. Maybe even just snipe some things on their path. But, yep, here we go. Putting some mines down. These lings, though.
Even if they just lay mines at this point, every unit very
goodness!
Nice.
What a snipe by that Zergling.
Yeah, that was quite nice.
Will not explode on my friends. I will not allow it.
So it looks like Hawk is just trying to hold in, Terror to his base. Vessels finally are on the loose here. He'll probably just continue to draw out this Dark Swarm as long as possible and keep Terror contained. And, if he's able to keep him in there long enough, maybe you saturate a third, maybe you're able to take a fourth. So I like that Hawk has kind of recognized and gone from, all right, we should try to push for the win here to, all right, let's just try to contain as long as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I like that he decided that, listen, there's a ton of mines. I can't run my units over these. If I lose all my units, I lose the game. Can we push for a little bit of a longer into mid to late game with just the contain here? But we see Terror doing a great job. He's getting these soldiers on the map. He's laying a ton of mines all over the place. He wants to deny reinforcements so that he can finally break out. Because I think the moment that he does break out, things become very difficult for Hawk.
Absolutely. There's really virtually nothing keeping vultures from flying across the map, picking off these mineral lines, even top left. Yeah, there's a sunken, there's some lings, but there's a lot more Terran behind this wall than there is Zerg at the moment. Eventually though, Terror will need to get on the map. He will need to take a third base. It looks like he's already produced one for top right. I love that from Terror. And here we go. Defilers are down, tanks, vessel, vulture on the map, and they are just chewing through these individual lurkers at the moment. And it looks like Terror is fighting. Ooh, a couple lurkers getting stuck.
Pick the assimilator. Oh, I don't know. I'm a little nervous for Hawk here now. That double ultra cavern.
Whoa, double choice. Yeah, that is kind of an odd choice. Especially when you're a little behind, you're kind of spending extra resources for that, but maybe he feels like he's got one timing to end this.
Yeah, can it get it? Ooh, the vessel does go down.
But already though, we see 54 supply for Hawk to 125 a Terror. It's just really tough to.
I am questioning this ultra move out though, the ultra switch here. Not even the move out, but the switch. 3 gas on low econ, 53 supply. What are we gonna get here? Max 6 Ultra versus a mech army. Not a bio army, but a mech army with mines. I'm not sure that's the best switch here mid to late game. I'm a little concerned for Hawk with that move.
Yeah, it might not be. We see this might be. We just don't see any of the larva building anything, which is a little odd. But yeah, there's not much here for Terra to really fight through at the moment.
No. Well, I'm waiting for Hawk to build that round of ultras. He's got 2K, 1.5K.
Yeah, yep. So we have a few lurkers in the center.
Yeah. We're wondering if if this live game is broken. Hawk has not used any of his larvae in a couple of minutes here.
Might be.
Maybe broken. Yeah, we still see Hawk's money just running up.
We'll come back with the replay after this, actually. I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was a pretty unfortunate position to be in. Anyways, I think Hawk was going to have a very hard time holding that top left.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard to do that. / to switch into Ultra. I am a little concerned for him with just 3 base, low eco to try to bust through a mech army. Maybe with Swarm, it's possible.
Yeah. Maybe maybe with like Plague as well. He had been on that Defiler tech for quite some time, so Plague can whittle down those vessels, those tank groups the entire time. So maybe that's a possibility, actually. But either way, it was looking quite good, obviously, for Terror.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the build that Hawk chose. Like maybe you said, maybe something like the short distances was something that kind of triggered him to go with that 2 base style.
Yeah, yep.
And then Terra, I thought his response was quite good.
It was. I was
Switching over to
expecting
mech.
1-1-1, but I think Mech was the call. I think Mech was definitely the call there.
I just think
Yeah.
getting down the mines was just so strong, right? Like he was able to get those mines down. Hawk knew he could not push through, so he had to kind of switch up his game. And for Terra, that's fine. Let's go into mid late game. I mean, he he had so much better of an economy. Why force anything right away?
Yeah, there was no reason to. He really could just sit, knowing that basically Zerg was on 1.5 base econ for the majority of that. Um,
All right, we're gonna check in here
Alright.
with the replay to see how this game ended up. All right, here we are back at that spot at the replay. Much
And yeah,
better macro from Hawk, not at 2K, 1.5K, now that the replay is not broken.
he's got that 70 supply lead though, does Terror. Hatchery coming into the main, and we do have the first ultras on the field though, 4 right off the bat. Few lurkers to be joined with us as well. And Terror's only just now, starting to mine from that third. So he's basically been on 2 base. Ooh, but good mine placement in the center here. And I don't think these lurker Ling is really going to be able to engage. Oh, okay, it doesn't want to. Very nice.
All right, he's posting up, which is fantastic.
If you're Terror, right, you just killed Zerg's third and you're on 3 base. There's no incentive to attack, I feel like, right?
I agree. I think you can just, oh, these are whole position lurkers.
Oh,
We're
and
trying to
unfortunately.
catch him. Oh, man, the army goes back the other way. But yeah, I think Terra doesn't feel the pressure to attack, but I think he's probably scanning and killed the third and saying, like, how many ultras can you possibly have? I have a big mech army. Let me get sneak on a 4th base as well. But let me get over there before the Defiler gets out there and just run over the Zerg. Oh,
Oh
the
no,
mine's about to do
definitely
their
don't want to
work.
walk.
Oh,
Oof. Yeah, that's a little painful. Turret's even killing a couple
oh,
scores.
these hold positions are great.
I should have
No.
just killed the Goliath and then the mine. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, things looking little tough here for Hawk.
Yeah, and what a supply difference. I mean, he's almost 100 supply up machine.
I mean,
Not
that
very
Overlord pick from the natural, not to bring it all the way back to that, but at this level, for these guys, it's such a big deal.
Oh, that mine. No.
Oh no, Ultra's just kind of vaporizing. Man, Hawk made it a pretty good game, but I don't know, man. I really think that the Overlord pick had a lot to do with it over that natural. But Terror with a pretty dominant game one here for the Terrans. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to. Who's Protoss gonna even pick to go up against Terror, right? Like he doesn't really have a weak matchup. He is just not an easy one to dethrone here.
No, it'd be interesting to see who Protoss go with. I feel like we might see a Boa pick. Boa, extremely strong PBT, plays a lot of different styles. You know, I think, he does that shuttle man really well into late game Protoss. So maybe we'll see
He
him
also
come
got
up.
KwarK, right? Like KwarK's kind of a PvT specialist, so maybe knowing you're going up against a Terran, I mean, KwarK gives every good Terran a run for their money, right? Like he might not be a bad pick. It's odd maps. That's kind of plays to KwarK's like playstyle too. I would think a KwarK pick would be pretty good. Oh, and we do have KwarK. You know what, Protoss? They understood my logic there.
I like how you interpreted the Protoss mind. It's not easy. It's not easy to interpret the Protoss brain, but you got in there. You got in there. You were ready.
Yeah, buddy, man.
The question is, what map will KwarK go with? Will he go with something
where he
crazy?
could lock a Terran in their main?
Something like Troy Machine? Is that what you're hinting at here?
I think you may be onto something here, Razz. It could be a KwarK. If it's not KwarK Troy, like, I'm sure that Terra's gonna sigh, like, a sigh of relief, honestly. I mean, you got other good maps too, but yeah, that'd be pretty funny if it was Troy.
It would be
So,
quite funny.
KwarK here, originally from the UK, currently residing in the US of A. He's honorary American, man. He's been over here for quite some time. He's been gaming it up in just about every single BSL foreign events. You know the name for sure. It's gonna be super cool to see KwarK go up against Terror here.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
this is going to
they
be a fantastic match. It's going to be solid. These guys are both solid players, so we're going to see a high level game, no matter what.
yeah, man. What do you think KwarK could possibly be thinking here?
I could see KwarK doing a whole bunch of things. I could see him going some kind of weird 2-gate if it's Troy and trying to pop off the assimilators and pressuring. I could also see him just taking a quick Nexus and then playing from there. He likes those builds as well. We know that he kind of stays away from the Reaver play. He doesn't really use that kind of stuff. So be more macro oriented. So could be a 19 Nexus, a 21 Nexus, fast Arbiter play. I think that would be more of his style.
Like wheelhouse, yeah.
That's more.
Yeah, he's definitely known for his. Oh, don't tell me. Is it Troy?
Oh my goodness.
We called it, man. Oh, dude. I would be shitting bricks if I was Terra right now. I mean, you gotta respect those assimilators, right? How many good players have gone down on this map getting locked inside their mains, and it's like shameful and embarrassing, and it's like one of those things you don't tell your mom about afterwards. So you gotta like
pretend it never happened. Be like, nah, I didn't play that game on Troy. Anyone? I never did.
DT's locking you in your base too. Like, I mean, there's like so many threats here. You kind of have those island maps too, so that's also good for Protoss. Yeah, man. I don't know. I like the pick. I definitely like the pick here.
The only thing that makes me nervous, though, is the availability of gas bases for Terran.
Okay, I got you. Like how many there are.
You can get a, I can see Terra going dropship play into taking that with that island base. That's your third. Like I can see Terra playing that way and getting his third gas and sitting there and powering off 3 bases to fight.
It almost doesn't even feel like so much gas is needed in this map, because the other thing is like there's not many mineral patches per map or
Yeah.
per base either, right? They're all like maybe 7 at your natural. All the thirds are 6. It you know you kind of feel a little starved on this map sometimes, I think.
All right, I believe we're going into the next match. Here we go. Right. Our player here in the top left, he is currently 1-0. Not in the magenta color, but blue this time. It is Terror.
And spawning at the top right from UK, living in the USA, it is that red Protoss. You know him as KwarK.
So interesting already, Machine, is that it is going to be the horizontal bases. I wonder how that will affect the play of the game.
I think like close vertical is like closer naturals, right? Like if you're doing like a 2-gate rush or a 1-gate pressure, you would rather they were below you or above you than to the left of you. So yeah, that's just my thoughts right off the bat. What are you thinking?
Yeah, usually vertical is a little bit quicker. To me, I look at this map and I guess I haven't played this map in a long time, but it seems like the rush distance is not that far. Like getting to that natural is not that much of a time to take, so I would almost say like a Zealot Dragoon opening to pressure to get them to push back in their base a little bit. Like it's almost one of those maps where like let me force out the SimCity inside the base so I can pick off the assimilators.
What's that build where you heavy pressure with like 2-gate goon early?
The old 10-15.
You think we could see something like that here?
That'd be crazy, but it could be good. 10-15 was back in the day. That was the go-to build on iCup on Medusa, the 10-15 to really lock in Terran in their base and try to bust them because there was no ramp.
I mean, you can literally lock Terran in their base on this map. I almost wonder if like some like 3-gate bullshit would be like really good here.
Yeah, I definitely think some nonsense can work out. But I think Terror is going to get the first scout to see what's going on here, know where his opponent is, kind of walk through what he needs. I was almost curious if like Terror was going to go because there was a ramp, like some type of gasless, but he has opted for more of a standard play. And oh my goodness, Machine, it is the 10-15.
Man, I'm telling you, I basically have a Protoss brain at this point.
You have become a full-on Protoss. I don't know why you play Zerg anymore. We have a full 10-15. This is it right here. You know what to do.
It does get scouted, though.
It does, which definitely makes it difficult because we'll see what Terra decides to go into, whether he's going to go into fast siege mode or just put up a bunker. It definitely is going to get interesting from here.
Yeah, nothing like out of the ordinary from Terror though so far. We do have a high ground. At least there is a ramp leading to that natural, right? Like if there's a bunker there, it's not the easiest thing to hold, but it's a little wide, you know. And at least Terror has scouted this, so he obviously has to know what's coming up. That is a very fast second gate. First Dragoon is already out. He's trying to lure it, trying to delay it as long as possible.
Yeah.
And actually, KwarK just deciding, you know what? Screw that. I'm not going to chase that SCV around. We need to go kill stuff.
He does. He needs to get there because Terra is doing exactly what he needs to do. He is putting that bunker on the high ground so that he can defend this push. Because to do this, you cut a couple probes. Like to get that 15 gate, a couple probes do get cut. So he is aware of that, so he is trying to take that advantage by getting an earlier bunker and just put it down.
Yeah, that's definitely a well-timed bunker. First Dragoon's getting over there now. I mean, Terra's got to just be thinking, get siege, right? Like, get to siege, keep the tank count up, and go from there, right?
Yeah, if I'm KwarK, I'm thinking, can I get 3 goons and run by? Like, how many Marines can be possibly in this bunker right now?
Oh, no wall either.
No wall, big space. Can I get around this? Go snipe a tank. Exactly what I was thinking. Oh no,
Oh, he's
you see
targeting
him
it.
already targeting the assimilators machine. He is thinking about this map already.
Good movement though by KwarK. Didn't overcommit. Didn't get trapped. I like this. I think he's gonna recognize. You know what? Terra's done all he's got to do to really respect this, and you know it's time to just play it out from here.
I
So-
don't know, Machine. He has a good number of goons. Running by this bunker and sniping that tank could be massive.
I mean, it's not a complete wall. I think we're gonna see.
Not yet.
Now it is.
Nah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
Well done
Very
by
nice
Terra.
depot.
Yeah, well done by Terra. See, KwarK was thinking about it. He wanted to do the run by. Oh, I don't.
Targeting the bunker. He might, honestly.
He's gonna get it, but he's going uphill.
Oh no. All three
yeah.
of those dragoons are quite weak.
If there's one thing we know about dragoons, they're not the smartest unit in the game. They do miss a lot of shots, run all around, and oh my goodness.
It's a lot of blue goo.
Oh my goodness. Dragoon soup already. And we see the Nexus just going down behind a command center that is halfway done. That's definitely trouble for Protoss. And KwarK is admitting that he is not a smart man.
Oh man. I thought his build was a good call, man. I thought this was actually a really good idea. But
I think the build was fine up until that decision to go up into the bunker on the high ground. You know the Dragoons are going to miss shots. The siege tank's doing so much damage. You know, you really need to have a little bit of fortune with those shots to get it done. So I think KwarK is now in definitely a tough position.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot, but he's been here before. You know, I think he can play his way out of it. We're seeing the Citadel. You know, DT shenanigans. There's so many assimilators on this map. Maybe you can even use DTs to lock off an island that you can sneak or something. You know, there's things you can do. So I like the choice of the Citadel here.
Yeah, the Citadel's a good choice. Maybe we'll see a DT dropping on Citadel first. Usually you'd put the Citadel down, then the Robo and the Templar Archives at the same time so that you can kind of get the shuttle and the DTs out. My only fear is that Terra already has the turrets, which makes it a little more difficult. We also see a third gateway. Is he looking more to go for like a Speed Zealot timing, I wonder?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You got me there. I'm not. We're not seeing the archives.
Yeah, no archives. Maybe he's gonna proxy like 5 or 4 more gateways in the top center or something, so that he can just look like he's taking bases in macro and try to catch Terror coming out. But no archives went down, so we just a Speed Zealot arbiter timing here.
Yeah, maybe. What do you think about locking off like 12 o'clock as an island map or something?
I would prefer him to do like 3 away from where Terror is.
Gotcha.
And just take that base. I mean, it helps with the Vulture harass. Oh, there's the archives, so maybe we're just going to go an arbiter play.
We are seeing Zealots being produced though, so this could still be some type of a legs timing, possibly.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be bad for KwarK to look for some 2-base timing, just constantly build units, wait for Terror to come out, and try to lock him in so he has no third. My one concern about this build so far, though, Machine, is I have not seen a Robo yet, so how do we detect mines?
I mean, do you need to be able to detect mines if you just like face roll speed lots through minefields?
That's probably the best way to do it. Just send the Zealots in, let them eat all the mines as they go through.
Yeah, I have, completed my Protoss transformation.
You're in your final form. You're in your final form. No observers needed. 10, 15. I love it. You're just ready to go. S rank with Protoss awaits you on the ladder this week.
Yep. No third, still from KwarK. He's got that probe at 12 o'clock, but I guess it's really just a scout drops, possibly. I don't know. There's not much map control from KwarK either. Doesn't feel super confident being on the map, and that's probably due to the lack of observers. We do see Templar though, so we will have some Storm. But yeah, I don't know. Two base Protoss just, it doesn't seem scary the longer the game goes. And I think we only have 2 on gas at the natural for Protoss, unfortunately. I think it's been like that a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there.
We've all been there, bro.
We've all been there. Yeah, I agree with you, though, Machine, with your comment of it gets harder and harder, because the more that Terra recognizes the fact that this is a 2-base Protoss and he's seeing these Templar and he's scanned a ton with no robo, I think he's saying to himself, I can slowly take a third. I can just get up factory count and run this Protoss over. Because the longer this goes, the better it is for Terran. So, and we see our first Speed Vultures on the map, and once again, no robo. He's totally skipped robotics. I think we're going to see a move in here, Machine. I think he's going to have to go for it. And you know what? The Vultures are gone. Speed lots coming in.
Yeah, Vultures are gone. Speed lots have pretty good little spread there. Storm's going down on the groups of tanks. Very nicely executed, I'd say, from KwarK. It's just not quite the unit count.
The only positive is he did lower the tank count. So, like, he buys himself some time. Yeah, he buys himself some time to get up some more bases and sort some stuff out. My only issue still is, we're a little bit behind on the tech. The robo is finally coming up. He knows he needs that. Templar going down here.
Nice pick off there by Terror. He's just so active with these Vultures on the map. Good mines, I feel like that's the one thing we haven't seen yet, is now that this Terror is on the map, mines are going to start wreaking havoc due to the lack of obs. And Terror even scanning it there. He might even recognize that.
He knows, like, hey, I have no... Oh, let's see if this Templar picks off these simulators so that we can't get anything there.
That would be funny. I think Terror saw it.
He did. He does not skip a beat.
Good try, though, from KwarK. Great idea, for sure.
Yeah, he's doing anything he can right now to just delay Terran from taking this third, doing whatever. Like, I don't see a third command center just yet. Maybe it's being floated right now behind the natural. We do see, yep, there it is. We do see the starport and the science facility up. So he's looking to press those upgrade timings. I just think that Terror feels right now, Protoss just took a third base. He has no fourth. There's no pressure for him to do anything crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like the game of attrition now. He almost has passive pressure. Like, that's why I like to think of it, is like passive pressure by being a base up in a matchup. It's everybody knows Protoss is expected to be on base advantage versus Terran in this matchup, and man, like, really Terror's just doing a great job staying right on point with KwarK here. So it's really just tough for KwarK to play out of this position.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, he's doing a good job from what he's had. But like I think we both know, as this scans, he sees the Stargate timing
immediately. Look at that timing, man, from Terror. I feel like he scanned the robo, he scanned the archives, he scanned the starport. Every time like a tech building goes down, he is like on it. It's nuts.
Yep. Oh, great picks of the Templar in the middle of the map. Finally, the observer out clearing some of these mines. But Terror setting up take his third. Probably feeling pretty good. I'm assuming we're going to see Arbiter play here from KwarK from the way his tech pattern has gone.
Yeah, single Stargate. You know, there's not much else he can really do with the gas he currently has, other than, you know, hope to get that Arbiter out there and get a nice recall or something.
And he's got to be careful with these Dragoons here, Machine. I like that he's out here clearing them, but small groups like 6, all of a sudden, Terran is going to start sending, you'll see 12, 15, 24 Vultures come out and just start picking these Dragoons off. He's got to be very careful. You don't want to be trading your Dragoons for just Vultures. And we see 2-1 is already complete for Terror, so I'm sure he's going to 3-2. I know we saw his factory count just explode a little bit more.
Yeah,
7
up to
factories.
7 back now.
Ooh,
You know, it's funny because I feel like normally Terra would be more vulture heavy, but we just don't have as many minerals on the map, so he's kind of a little tanker heavier than he normally would be. Yeah, that shuttle's on the map, but saw the turrets in the main. I think it realized it couldn't do much, so just decided to back up.
Oh!
No,
Oh!
Bob's out here.
Oh, that's a
Ooh, that was a
big
big
hit
splash.
from that mine! And then
And-
that Templar gets sniped. Oof.
Very nice pick off there from Terra.
Oh! Oof.
Yeah, we definitely need obs if we're going to be pressing out the map, for sure.
Oh, man. Oh! Fleet Beacon into a 4th base here.
So carrier is the decision from KwarK. You know, I like this. If he gets carriers up, he can very significantly harass the main. And, I don't know, carriers are just a scary threat in general. So this could go well.
Yeah. He could do well with the carriers. I think only 1 Stargate, though, building them, so it's going to take them a little while to get to that 4 to 6 range of carriers that you really need. Unless KwarK is getting really crazy and going Stair Disruption Web, but I doubt that's the case.
No, you don't think we're seeing Sarah D-Web here?
Listen, I watch Bomb the stream all the time. Very popular from him.
I know, he makes it look like a legitimate strategy. It's crazy.
It's so easy for him.
Yep. Terra's
+2
scanning
though
out
on the
once
guns,
again. Yeah. Oh yeah, that 2 on gas, that's rough.
Especially when you're doing a carrier build.
Yeah, it really is. You need all the gas you can get. Oh no. Losing that obs towards the bottom. Terra kind of content, it looks like, with just expoing from here, right? He just wants to macro with KwarK. KwarK's like, alright, if you're going to do that, I will just go straight to carrier. Start getting my upgrades and maybe just like take a risk here economically to hope you don't hit me with the timing. But actually it does look like finally Terra grouping up those units and we see a massive force moving out towards the bottom right.
Yeah, I think he is just waiting for one more macro round, and he is going to push across this map. He's killed out most of the AoE that are Templars. He knows he's picked most of them off. So I think now he's saying, all right, let's look to engage here.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Vultures colliding with some of these Dragoons.
We have 2 Templar.
Good siege timing from Terra.
Great defense matrix on that tank.
Obs goes down. Still a good amount of Dragoons,
Oh.
actually, and big storms from KwarK. Whoa.
Wow.
This suddenly went way better than I thought it was going to.
I'm not quite sure how it went so well, but it did. KwarK was able to push back the army. He's 20 supply up again. I'm surprised. I don't know if Terra missed some units in his base or what, but I am quite surprised. Oh, we see a whole other group of Zealots here pushing out.
Yeah. Dragoons kind of engaging, need to back up. I think he really just needs to wait for another obs before he presses. Yeah, Terra's just doing a great job picking off those obs with the turrets and the Goliath vessel. Wow, I'm so surprised that worked as well as it did.
Yeah, I am also very surprised because we have no armor on the Protoss units, so these tanks are hitting hard, and it's 3-2 mech army. I'm shocked, but somehow KwarK pulled it out.
Got a lot of Zealot here too. Carrier in the mix. So we, but it looks like Terror constantly starting to reinforce this bottom right, and I don't know. This is definitely gonna be tough for KwarK to break.
It's interesting, Machine. We're seeing what you talked about really start to take effect here. Like Terror has so much gas compared to Mineral because I think the number of mineral patches in some of these bases. And I think that may hurt him a bit because of how many bases KwarK has taken. We see him taking another island base as well. So I think he's just mining so much more effectively than Terror, even with the 4 bases.
And probably less probes, too, I would guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, still, big Vulture timing is going to cut off these bottom right bases and prevent them really from getting up. Oh, KwarK trying to kill these exploiters. I don't think he will.
Terror said no way. Not allowing it. Just not allowing it.
Yeah, Terror just doing kind of a full contain here. We do have these little island bases, but they're kind of low ground and...
Oh, he sees the carriers, Machine. He sees the carriers. He knows he's going to need some Goliaths now.
I think we need to deal with the mines if we're KwarK. Oh!
Hallucination. KwarK is hoping that Terror will see this many carriers and just GG out.
It could happen. He's gonna pull a Huck. Oh man. Carrier's coming in here, bottom right, doing some damage to the Goliaths. KwarK really needs to hold this. And actually, KwarK a good timing.
One actual carrier goes down, Machine.
A real one.
Oh no!
Oh, the Templar actually took out all the Goliaths though. Oh man. Good damage being done here from KwarK, but I just don't think it's quite enough. Terra move again.
Machine, I'm a little embarrassed, but do the hallucinated carriers send out interceptors?
They don't, no.
They don't. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, maybe I'm crazy, but so I'm not quite sure what those to the main. He was hoping he'd pull his army back, but
I think that was kind of the thought. Yeah, maybe Terra sees him and pulls the army back, but unfortunately he didn't go for it. Yeah.
Annex GG's.
This is so many probes going down mid-right.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have the island bases, but it's still going to be quite difficult here for KwarK to win from this position. We see Terror taking the supply lead for the first time in the game.
Yeah, and he's been doing a good job of securing the other bases bottom left so that he can... Oh, we have Wraith coming in. And he just scans the other island. Oh, but KwarK is going to see these Wraith. He knows now, so that might trigger him to make some Sarah's Law with his carrier. I just don't know if he has the money to do so at this point. Oh no, this shuttle.
I think the Wraith counter is like a really good call here from Terror. You know, they can attack the island bases, right? They can obviously snipe carriers once they're cloaked. It's not like KwarK has really been able to afford a lot of obs this game anyway. So I think this is a good read from Terror.
Yeah, they can be effective, like you said, to the islands. You can go in and just kill those carriers pretty easily. The number of observers has been low, so he should be okay. I think we see those carriers moving towards the bottom left. I think they're trying to maybe get to those starports.
Yeah, maybe. Oof. He got scanned, too. I mean, Terror just can't even... He's not even sweating right now.
Great.
So many Goliaths.
Oh, that EMP, though. Doesn't get those 2 in the back, so he does have 2 more Storms here. Storm is extremely effective versus these Goliaths. They ignore armor when they do damage.
Big storms,
wow,
actually.
I think he is really putting on some serious hurt to this Terran army.
Yeah, we have... I mean, remember all those Wraiths, though, bottom left as well. I think they're going to be able to snipe off these 2 carriers pretty quickly. And I mean, once KwarK loses bottom right, if he loses bottom right, it's got to be game. Oh, but the Goliaths can't walk in. Oh, yeah.
Killed the assimilator. He knows what to do. I love it.
That's funny. Does Terror then make a ghost and walk a ghost through bottom right and nuke it?
That'd be awesome. See, we saw hallucination. Why not get a nuke in there too?
Why not get a nuke in there too? Could have it. It's yours, only on the BSL.
Whatever you want.
Carriers moving in here. Turrets
Oh,
taking
no.
it, but yeah, these carriers are donezo. Cloak Wraith's coming in. Pew pew pew. Pew 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 pew.
They do have +1 armor, but it doesn't matter when you can't see the unit that's attacking you, machine.
Is that important? Like being able to see the unit?
I don't want to say it's a key thing, but when you can't see the other unit, really hard to fight it. Really hard to fight it.
I didn't realize, man. That's what you're here for, bestowing us with the StarCraft knowledge. You know.
Listen, you already told me you got the Protoss brain now, so I understand that I had to throw it out there for you. Had to throw it out there for you.
Ooh,
right?
the storm taking out that vessel. Nice.
I think we're gonna see some of these raids come in here, machine, and start acting like Muta.
But I mean, the one thing we have from KwarK is so much storm, right? So I don't know.
Here it is. Here it
storm,
is.
storm, storm, storm.
They're like Muta.
Storm. Okay, we do just have one storm. Take that, Dragoons.
Those Dragoons are not appreciative of what they just felt.
I am filing a complaint to HR. Like,
You're
These
supposed to
high-tempo
1A,
storm?
2A, 3A storm the other army, not us. Come on now.
how is this such a crazy game?
I'll tell you that first fight that KwarK pulled out, which I didn't think was going to go at the first and second. The first fight, he lowered the tank count so well. And the second one, he like won the fight pretty much. Like that second engagement was rather impressive. I didn't think he had that much, but he did a great job. Oh, we're seeing the other side of this assimilator kill though, machine. He can't get his own units in there to kill those Wraith.
Ooh, that could be a problem. Yeah, I guess against Wraith, that's pretty smart. Ooh.
His gas is depleted already there, machine. We see the little mini Vestian gases coming through, so his gas is depleted there. So he's really only mining off probably 1 and soon 2 gases, so...
I mean, that could play, it could play a role here in this game. KwarK is still mining.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen Terra take that island.
By his main?
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of just has to at this point. I think he's just got to get on that. We do see him taking 6 o'clock, though, which is nice. That's definitely going to help him quite a bit. And I think he's got the army to where he clearly still has map control. So I'm not worried about Terror by any means. But, yeah, he's got to get going on it, for sure.
Yeah, one of the things I always find as a player is that when games get really weird like this, sometimes you don't know exactly where you are. Like, to just I know he maybe look like he's 40 supply up, but he may not feel that way in this moment. Like, there's definitely a difference of when you're in it versus when you're watching like this.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be sure about anything after the way this game started, so I kind of definitely understand what he's going through here. Carrier in the center. Okay.
He's still wondering about the hallucination. He's like, was those real carriers? Like, did
he really do that? Am I imagining things?
Put the brain just in a tizzy. Alright, it looks like he does want to engage here. Trying to push towards the Protoss main, knowing that if he cuts off production and breaks him, it'll be GG there.
Yeah, it's good siege positioning. Ooh, KwarK cutting off 12 o'clock, though. I love it, man. He even has cannons bottom left. Like, he's just basically denying the space from Terror. I don't know, man. Does he just, kill off his own assimilators into his main? It just...
Listen, that might be the play here. Just get the carrier production going on. I mean...
Yeah, or just take all the islands. Terror can't attack. He won't build a dropship. Big storm going down here. That was very nice.
Oh, another really good one, and another one.
And
Terran needs to be careful here. He's losing all these Goliaths, fighting up the hill. There are 4 carriers out, and they are 3-2. That armor upgrade does so much for these carriers. They can really sustain a lot of fights. And we have some Sair!
No, don't tell me we have Sair.
We have some Sair. It's everything in this matchup.
Is it D-Web time? Are we gonna see some D-Web?
I'm waiting for a Dark Archon to come out and mind control an SCV and really make some siege tanks. That's where we're at.
Secretly,
Machine,
I know
you
KwarK
are
just...
a genius, man. You are a genius.
I've predicted everything.
He just killed his assimilator. Are you ahead of me on the stream? What is going on?
Yeah, I'm ahead of you in life, bro. Like,
Dude, you are just killing. I can't deny it. I can't deny you right now.
Just kidding, bro. Yeah, this has been nuts. I don't know, man. Everything I thought was coming out of my head, mouth is complete bullshit, but it just keeps happening. So
that's what's going on.
Really weird.
We even have KwarK mining from that bottom left island to deny some mineral from Terra. I love it.
And he did kill the assimilators to his main, so Terra has to drop to kill this. This is really bizarre. Now I see why KwarK definitely wanted to play this map.
Oh no!
Oh, he should have just kept targeting the dropships.
Yeah.
Cannons, I think, but still, good drop here from Terror.
Oh, the storm's coming, machine, and they're in hold position.
Oh, okay, still, big storm. We need a shuttle down here though. So this is nice from Terror. Gonna deny some more mining. Meanwhile, he's mining that 6 o'clock position. He's even taking the bottom right natural, so he's in quite a comfortable spot here economically.
Wow,
But yeah.
And our command center down there, bottom right, just taking it right in front of KwarK. Doesn't care at this point.
I mean, what can he do about it? You know, it's kind of what happens when you choose to give up the base.
And lock yourself in, yeah. So, I mean, now Terror's been maxed for a little bit. He's starting to build up a bank more and more. He'll look to slowly do stuff like this, where he can just get himself into these other mains.
Yeah, nice drop here by KwarK. Wow, big storms going down on those tanks. Yeah, not bad. Even taking out another Goliath there, but I think this will end up falling. We definitely just need carriers to get down bottom right, I feel like. And he's got to hang on to this bottom right.
Reduce 6 carry, which is those all dropship producing for Terra. That's pretty crazy. But KwarK's got to start to be feeling the pressure now. Terror is really taking everything. He can't really sit as much as he wants. His carriers are about to come out. He's really down to 3 mining bases.
Yeah, just about 3 mining bases. I mean, he's got to retain these bottom bases or he's in some serious trouble.
Yeah. And only 6 mineral patches on these other ones, so.
Yep. Yeah, so, I mean, every little bit kind of counts. And we see Terror just slowly driving ahead economically. Ooh, big drop at 12 o'clock. This is very nice. Corsairs are trying to target down those dropships. They will unfortunately fall to storm, and suddenly there's just too many places for these carriers to be, I feel like.
Too many places, just trying to fly around out here, just can't defend. Terra's doing a good job of making sure he's hitting all these bases right. Oh man, Valkyries with +1 Valkyries do some serious damage to carriers.
Yeah, they do. I love the call here from Terra to go Valkyrie, honestly. Just eliminate the carrier threat, right?
Yeah. And KwarK just kind of holding on, doing his best, seeing what he can, salvage. He might not know where the game is at either at this point because the game has been so crazy. He might feel like he's in a good position, or not a good position, but a winnable position at some point if he holds all these bases.
Yeah, I mean, and he might too, right? He's been pretty crafty with it so far. I was, thinking he could possibly lose even after the initial failed Dragoon timing, but he's managed to stretch it into a 30+ minute game.
Yeah, so he's just trying to hold on, see what he can do. I think the winning play will be once these Valkyries come across the map and wipe out the carrier count. There's no money left.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of Valkyries too.
Yeah.
Big storms though. Very nice.
Storm cannon machine, you know it. Strong stuff.
It is some strong stuff.
So we'll see if KwarK is retaking bottom right. He's holding on to 12 o'clock. Oh, looks like he's holding on. Maybe not. Looks like Terra's reinforcing.
Yeah, it might end up falling here. Yes, more Vulture, Goliath coming in here at 12 o'clock. That's a big, big drop, and that's going to prevent really KwarK's last mining base. That's not fair. I guess he is mining the bottom right bases, but it was his, you know, most well-funded base.
Yeah, so we see KwarK moving out here with these carriers, probably his little last hurrah to put an attack in, and he's about to be surprised by a whole bunch of Valkyries.
Turrets are falling pretty quick, and yeah, KwarK's just kind of focusing down these SCVs, but it looks like these Valkyries are grouping up and preparing to do some damage here.
Yeah, I think Terra saw his Sarah and was like, I see your Sarah and I raised you a Valkyrie. He was ready to go.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that. All right, we have a Templar and a DT coming in.
Oh, looking
Maybe
to
with a big
secure the
storm?
space.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, there are cannons, there are storms. I just, at this point, I hate to say it for our Protoss player, as much as I love to see Protoss gather some more points, it is definitely, definitely a struggle.
It's a struggle.
He's trying. He is not surrendering his way.
Nope, he's making it a game. I don't know. It's so tough when you're down this many bases. Yeah, it looks like I think Terra just wants to max on Valkyries. It looks like.
Oh, just storming nonstop over here.
Yeah, big storms going on, but it doesn't matter how many there are. There's just going to be more and more Terran behind it.
Yeah, we see KwarK not really gathering much mineral now. It's only going up 10, 20 every couple seconds here. Definitely struggling with the probably probe count.
Carriers are coming in though. So KwarK, this might be enough with the carriers to hold his main actually. But I think we'll see the Valkyries move across the map here soon.
Yeah, we have a pretty serious Valkyrie count. Terra at this point is taking out whatever he can. I think he knows that it's really just a war of attrition and he's just bleeding them dry.
Another carrier finishing though for KwarK, bringing the total up to 8. We see Stargate is still spinning, so you know he's got a pretty sizable carrier force still.
I don't know, Machine. I mean, Terra mining, but just on 2 bases now.
He's got that 70 supply lead, but yeah, not much of a bank.
Yeah, not taking that island top left still, surprisingly.
Yeah, the one next to the main, that's like the no-brainer. I don't know why it's not. He could just lift his main command center and take that. Yeah, I don't know.
Terra just kind of hanging out now. Both players just KwarK happy with trying to buy time to get something done.
And why not, right? He's mining out of 2 bases bottom right. It's more than he was doing previously.
Yep. Oh,
Terra looking to drop this base. Very nice. Ooh, big storm though. And even 2 more dropships coming in here. Yep, so, I mean, Terra will now start mining an additional base. That's big for Terra here.
Yeah, anytime he can just gather anything, any bases now, it's just amplifying his lead.
Yeah, it absolutely is. He should take the one near his main, as we keep pointing out, but I'm sure he'll get on that shortly. Carrier's moving in here for the big engagement.
Oh,
I don't know. Is this enough Valkyries? Do you think
an Arbiter, maybe with stasis?
He stasis every single Valkyrie or something?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my goodness.
sat going down,
my
getting
goodness.
all over these.
Oh, there is the stasis though machine. There it is.
I don't think he could have asked for a better stasis either.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, luring into another storm. And actually, yeah, KwarK should move up with that other Templar and storm these as they come out. He could maybe kill these Valkyries. I don't know about win the game, but holy crap, what a nice stasis there.
Well, can't say we don't have everything here at BSL. Hallucination, stasis, Valkyries, all in one game.
Yeah, man, this has been a game for the ages. Go get that storm. Go get that storm, KwarK.
Shield batteries going up to try to heal the carriers. But here come the Valkyrie coming in.
Oh, massive storms too.
Oh man.
What are we? Whoa. I can't believe this, man. I actually can't believe
Game
he's still hanging on
continues and going down from 90 supply to being down 20 machine.
here. Unreal, man. Unfreaking real. I cannot believe this.
And he just healed those carriers so much.
Yeah, as long as he gets like an obs down here, you know, prevents any kind of Wraiths from doing too much damage and just continues this carrier production, he'll eventually start sieging down this island base. And yeah, all these Valkyries, you can see Terra can't really hasn't even repaired all of them, so.
I think he's worried about engaging again because of all the storm and shield battery that are there, so. But I think we're going to see the Doom drop coming in to take out the rest of the money machine.
We do have a Templar though, bottom right, and carriers engaging the island base, so feels like Terra's caught out a little bit here, but yeah, wow. Lot of tanks here, a lot of Goliaths. Big storm though, good damage. Carrier's actually falling back to try to deal with this, it looks like.
I'm sure he probably has another stasis too. Again, machine. Yeah, he
so?
does
he
have
does?
another stasis. Yeah.
Ooh, if he brings that Arbiter in here, he could kill another big chunk of these Valkyries.
He needs to bring the Arbiter machine. Oh no. He needs to bring him.
Buddy.
No, bring that Arbiter, KwarK.
Valk's right on top of these carriers. They're immediately in the red.
Roll these carriers. Yep, here he comes though. There's that massive stasis.
It is a big stasis once again, and I mean the carriers might be able to make it out to the shield batteries, and heal up, and maybe try to look to re-engage. Shuttle also shuttling some units in, so maybe if he has a couple storms here, he could potentially retake bottom right. But these siege tanks right on top of that mineral line, big connections with those probes here early on.
Terra's not really mining machine. This is it. Oh, finally he wants to take this island, but he's got to clear that mineral patch first.
Yeah, he's got to get a dropship there, top left. And 3K in the bank for as far as gas goes. And you know what? It looks like KwarK's just saying screw it. I'm mining out of a base right now. I'm gonna just keep attacking with my carriers. Oh, good pick off on that dropship.
Maybe he plans to take this island again with his carrier count.
I mean, he could. He's got a shuttle.
Oh no, machine! He can't move out of his ground force.
I mean, he can recall it.
He can recall it.
That's, I think, the play now. Just bank up that Arbiter energy, recall the units out, and maybe use the recall to kill 12 o'clock or something like that.
That would be good. And if he could take out that last mining base, he might have a shot at this.
That would be unreal, right?
Unreal comeback to win this game. Terra will be upset with himself to be taking down these Valkyries and kicking himself.
2 more Sarah coming in.
142. Well. Here comes the recall machine.
Why would you? I don't even know if he should recall.
Bottom left is not the way to do it. He's looking to recall on the island. There's nothing there. I don't know about this recall bottom left.
Who knows? Maybe it'll end up doing some good damage for him. We'll see. But he does recall bottom left. So that ground force has moved out now. And it's actually getting good kills, picking off these remaining Valks bottom left. Corsairs are here. And yeah, it looks like, I don't know, Terra's probably feeling a little awkward. Oh no. One carrier goes down, I believe, to a turret. That is not ideal. But bottom left will cease mining. But remember, Terra is still mining out of 12 o'clock. So that's really his big source of income at the moment.
And he's finally taken that island, too, so he'll be able to get on 2 bases. So, should be okay from there. But KwarK is looking to take these bases, Machine. He wants that island bottom left. I even see Jiren moving bottom right. Is that another pro baby to take that base, not just an observer? Checking it out.
Yeah, I feel like Terra is suddenly realizing he's in a lot closer of a game than he was probably anticipating.
Than I think he was for a long time. All of a sudden, he kind of put himself in this weird spot.
Yeah, with the big Valk transition. Valks are still doing damage though, and yeah, that's a dead carrier if I've ever seen one. That armor though is kind of hilarious.
Oh, he could snipe that Valk.
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna take that base again, Machine.
Yeah, this is great. He even locked off bottom left. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Who knew we'd get this far into the game?
No, I had no idea we'd get this far into the game. I mean, KwarK's even got 1,600 minerals, which is kind of funny given the current situation here.
He's gonna make a couple Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to, obviously, but if he can keep stalemating this out, maybe he comes back and wins this one. Poor Goliath's dropped into the main. I don't know if I like that. I think KwarK can just make like 4 Zealots and clean that up, you know?
Yeah, kind of interesting there. Was Terra gonna take? Oh man, Terra gonna try to take that top right island? Oh, we see
I don't think so. There's not much mining there.
Science vessel, which I think is good value right now, Machine, so that he can EMP those arbiters.
Good call. He's stacking so much gas, obviously. He doesn't even need to mine gas anymore for the rest of the game, feels like. And yeah, it's just going to be really good for him. We see KwarK is trying to take bottom left, or at least he's going to mine the minerals there.
Oh.
DT going down.
Incredible.
Right.
Here we go. Are these carriers about to be caught, Machine? Oh, he's targeting interceptors. Can he get to the carriers?
He's not quite at the Corsairs, so the Corsairs aren't there to do a good amount of damage. Oh, all the carriers falling very quickly, though.
Oh, and GG's. Oh,
and
man.
Wow, forced to GG out, but whoa, what an incredible game.
That game was crazy. Everything you could ask for in that game. Stasis, Storm, everything.
10-15 gate timings, locked off assimilators. Man, KwarK, hats off to him for turning that into, you know, an incredible game, especially given the start. But really the story so far of the day is Terror, man. Who's going to stop him?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Zerg really got to
stop
think about it. I don't know. I don't know. He might just go through it. We saw him just pull out a crazy game with some Valkyries and some other crazy stuff going on. I mean, the only thing about that game that, if anything, tiresome. Playing 40 minutes on this crazy game, you know. I know that KwarK was behind most of the time, and
such a high-level competition. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, behind most of the time, he tried his best, tried to pull it back, but that's the only thing I can say for Terror going forward is maybe that game was a little bit tiresome going over it. But we're back to Team Zerg, Machine. Who is it going to be, and what map are they going to take?
It sounds like I don't know. Given this chat, maybe CadenZie. It's either CadenZie or Babo, right? So,
Yep.
I mean, CadenZie definitely known for her muta control. She's she's a Zerg I love to watch play. Obviously, been training in Korea for quite some time. She's got some top level Zerg and can really give Terror a run for his money. And really, same with Babo. Incredible mechanics. When I think of Babo, I think of really good muta control once again, but also solid macro ZVT, which is what you need given this matchup.
Well, how do you feel about ZVT on an island map machine?
Watching the highest level of ASL, the Zergs made it look pretty broken, but only Sparkle. So not any island map, but Sparkle is definitely good given the matchup. I think we got to see the other week it was Avilov versus
Love, yep.
Terror, and he took out Terror on this map. So we'll see if maybe Jiren can do the same.
It does seem like we are going to have Jiren, aka Babo, playing against Terror on Sparkle. We're going back to the islands.
It's funny, like Zerg picking an island too.
Yeah, Avi loved last time too as well, but we saw last time that Terror went for a BC rush. Which was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, sure, if you get to that BC tech and you've got a fleet of BCs, they can tear stuff down pretty quick, but I don't think that's standard given the map. I've seen a lot more like Wraith Valkyrie, a lot more Vessel, a lot more like Goliath drop play when I was watching like pro level, but yeah, we'll have to see here. So yeah, Babo here, Zerg, player, not someone who hasn't. He's definitely someone who's played in the BSL previous tournaments before. He's had a pretty good showing so far in BSL Race Wars, and also another fellow South American. So you can definitely bet Terror has played against Babo quite a bit, knows exactly what to expect, and yeah, we'll have to see how Terror is able to handle it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do here. Are we gonna see some of the same stuff going on with these Hydra drop muta into Hydra drops with queens, or are we gonna see just drops for muta play? Like what are we gonna pull out here for Zerg and for Terra? Is he gonna switch it up and go with more Goliath drops, or just gonna go back to Russian BCs? Like where are we gonna go from there?
Yeah, Zerg's got some options. Really the heavy 3-gas muta play is a way to play the map that I feel like players like Larva and Queen opened with quite a bit. Whereas you can also do more the Avilov style, get to those Hydra drops, get a few queens on the map, go for things like parasites, ensnares, scourge, timings, and it can be quite difficult for Terran to stop. So we'll have to see here.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Island maps always add an element of just surprise and difference to it, right? Like so many different things can go on. We saw that season of ASL with like the semi-islands of like the map Coven, where so many crazy builds were thrown in there. So, it'll be interesting to see what we go for here.
Yeah. I mean, unlike non-island maps, it's usually a little easier on non-island maps to scout out when and where your opponent's moving out from and with what. There's just so much area to defend in your main versus on island maps that it can be difficult. All right, folks, looks like we will be jumping into the next game here. It is Terror going up against Jiren. Here we go. And spawning at the top right corner of Sparkle from the Zerg team, it is Jiren.
And in the bottom right, we have the player who's looking for the all kill. In blue, it is Terror. Now, Machine, do you think the players are trolling Terror by stealing his color each game?
Oh, I mean, it definitely plays into the mindset, right? Like, you know, he likes to rock that magenta every game. And, you know, he's got to be a little miffed. He's got to be a little miffed. He can't, you know, look magenta this game. So, I gotta say, Jiren's already ahead with the mind tricks here.
All plays into the overall strategy. Well, we have the Overlord going the wrong way this time. Won't be able to scout Terror first. So a little bit more freedom and choice for Terror what he wants to do before Jiren has any idea what's going on.
Yeah, and, you know, vice versa too. A lot of the times, Terrans, just by seeing the Overlord's path into your their own main, you can kind of tell where the Zerg's at, given the timing too. So maybe it's, you know, it's not the worst thing not being able to like first scout on an island map. So we see a hatch first going down here for Jiren. We'll see if he maybe opts for a greedier build. Yep, 12 drone is being made. Meanwhile, Terra getting that gas in the main after racks. Everything's looking pretty standard here for our Peruvian Terran.
Yeah, and why not go gritty as Zerg, right? Like, you're really not facing that much early aggression like as if you were to run a non-island map, so...
Yeah, no, this is, I mean, the time Zerg can really be greedy, honestly, is on maps like these.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the third hash before pool.
Yeah, I believe we are right at that third base that, remember, on Sparkle, only Zerg can really take advantage of this third gas. So it's kind of an unfortunate little characteristic for Terran and Protoss on the map. But really, the map designers did it in order to kind of give Zerg a fighting chance on the map. And actually, I'll just say an advantage. It is quite strong to be on 3 gas versus a Terran or a Protoss that only can really utilize 2 of those gases. So this is quite nice here.
Now, we did see Terra build this factory towards the top side. I think he was looking to float it, and now it's going to be scouted.
So. Yeah, Overlord isn't pulled back, but yeah, he's probably looking to scout topside with that. Obviously, Jiren knows exactly where Terror is now, sees that factory. Overlord's going to take a little bit of damage here, but not a big deal. Drone's starting to be rallied to the natural. This is good.
You see that machine. Do you think double port? Do you think he expo? Like, where do you as Zerg start to decipher what you need to do to react to what you're seeing here?
I definitely think double port. If you're not using the factory, you don't plan on making any factory units out of it. So, yeah, I would say this has got to be a little scary here. Oh, and actually we're seeing an academy. So that would definitely key off to me that this is 2 port. And we see a Hydra Den even going down. So Jiren looking to be prepared for something like this. But this could be just an Academy Marine timing here out of Terror. Very unique. You know, Terror's pretty much saying, you know, I'm not really looking to play any kind of a standard build here. I'm going to do my timing, and I hope this just kills you if you're being too greedy.
Yes, I was going to say, maybe it's just going to be a drop right into just a bio drop, like a small bioforce, looking to do as much eco damage as possible. Ooh, we do see a Wraith out here taking out this scouting Overlord.
Oh, Science Facility as well going down, so that would indicate, you know, he's looking to go into some kind of like vessel maybe early on, but that, I don't know, I'm not certain. Oh, he might even get a second Wraith, or Overlord. If you get a second Overlord with a Wraith, you're feeling good.
Yeah, well done by him, distracting the Hydra with the factory and sending the Wraith out. Should save the factory before it goes down or it gets burned. But I think we're gonna see this here, Machine. I think he's saying, all right, you're gonna go hydroling. I'm just gonna do a little Bioforce drops to really get it. And oh, maybe he will snipe a third Overlord.
No way. That would be massive. I don't think he'll. Oh, he did.
It's the third.
That is huge. Yeah, Jiren, he's managed to stay above the supply blocks. And here we go. First drop is out. It is going to be dropship before vessel. Keep in mind, this is a 1-base Terran versus 3-base Zerg.
Yeah, he needs this to do significant damage. But we only see this Spire at 50%. He's looking where he can drop this Bioforce and attack in. The thing is, Machine, can the 3 Hydra and the Zergling kill this little Bioforce?
I'm not certain, honestly. Marines are pretty strong. I think Terra's just got to go in here.
Yeah,
So-
he's got to do it for the Spire time.
Oh, he's waiting, though. He's waiting for a second dropship of units to be unloaded here. And he is out of the vision of the Zerg. Now Terra's decided this is time. Gets on the first Hydralist. Gets into the mineral line. Drone's being pulled immediately. Hydra's going down as well. The Wraith comes in to join the fight. And whoa.
Wow.
Those Marines just melted.
Gee. Wow.
Whoa. Cute play there from Terror. Taking out Babo quite quickly on Sparkle. I like that. I like that a lot. I think that was very well played from Terror. It was kind of a mind game. He doesn't really normally do those type of risky openers, but he can, And he's kind of showing it off there. Geez, incredible play.
It's total opposite of what he went for on this map last time when we were casting Machine. Last time he took a base and he kind of built up looking for that BC play. This time he said, nope, 1 base, going for it, hit or miss. And that's it.
I mean, why not, right? The Zerg team picked it. It was their map. It's time to kind of move on and play a little bit of a different style, and it ended up paying off for him.
Right. Who are the Protoss going to send up next, and what map will they pick? Machine, you have the crystal ball. What do you think?
So it's either... Okay, I guess that answers it. Actually, it's going to be Dragon on Good Night. Dragon, definitely a very standard Protoss. I'm not surprised he picks a modern map like Good Night, even against a player like Terror. So, this is gonna be an interesting one, man.
Yeah, positives and negatives to picking Good Night. Third gas is not extremely accessible, but the ramps that are on Good Night make things a lot more difficult to fight. But you can 12 next here.
Yeah, you can 12 next year, and I feel like Dragon does like to mix in 12 next a fair amount, so very much could be a possibility here against Terror. Yeah, Terror up 3-0 tonight. It's been all the Terror shows so far, so can't take anything away from him. He's been quite a force to try to topple here.
Yeah, he has played so solid, and I think he'll continue to do so. This is going to be a standard game that he knows, which he'll probably like. So we'll see if he's going to go for one of his 7 factory plus 1 timings. Is he going to push out with mines and try to double expo? Terra likes to really mix it up in TVP, and he can do a bunch of anything.
Yeah, he really can. I mean, that's just kind of what you expect from someone the caliber of Terror, the caliber of Dragon. They can both mix it up. They have a plethora of different styles to choose from. But yeah, Good Night, definitely a map these two are going to be super familiar with and fresh on. So they'll probably lean to play a pretty standard match here, I'd guess.
Yeah, I would definitely think so. I think you're going to see 2 very standard openers, nothing too crazy. But I think I think Dragon will either open with a 19 or 21 Nexus and go from there. So it'll be interesting to see how Terra does it.
What makes you think 19 or 21 Nexus?
I think usually that's Dragon doesn't really play with any of those Goon, the Reaver openings. He likes the Goon with the fast Nexus openings. So I think that's what we'll see on this map.
Okay.
He's very
More
safe
into
here.
like Templar Archives play after OBS or something.
Yeah, I think something like that, or two-base carrier, because you have the ramps where you can kind of hold little pushes early, make Terran fight up them. So I think that's all on the table for him as a choice.
True. Okay. This is gonna be an interesting one.
Definitely gonna be exciting.
I love seeing carrier play, man. We already got to see some carriers tonight.
And some fake ones.
KwarK. And some fake ones, which we never get to see. Alright, folks, we are ready to get into our next match here. It's going to be Dragon versus Terror on Goodnight. Here we go. And spawning at the top left side of the map as the blue Protoss, we have Dragon.
And the man fighting for perfection in the bottom left is the Terran player, Terror.
So they are these vertical spawns. Razz, give me your take. What do you think about their positionings for TVP on this map?
Yeah, I think the vertical here is better than the horizontal just by, the proximity of the bases and pushing. Like, just the high grounds are a little bit different when you're vertical versus horizontal. I think the rush distance is a little bit shorter, so...
By better, you mean like better for like Protoss, or better for Terran, or just better for the matchup? Or...
I think better for Protoss to be vertical than horizontal here.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I think it'll be, he can expand towards the top center, and it'll be totally fine. He can kind of bridge himself out. And if he does want to do something like a 12 nex, then he'll be a little bit more in trouble because of the bases. But if you go standard play like I think Dragon likes to do, I think he'll be fine. We see the gateway going down already. So,
okay, so no big risk here with like a 12 nex vertical positions, it looks like. Just standard play.
Very standard from here. We know Dragon likes that. Usually 1 gate, Expo, Robo, 2 gates, Observer, quick, 3rd, Nexus type of play.
Yeah, whenever I see Dragon play, I very much realize he takes the quickest 3rd Nexus of the majority of Protoss players I watch. He's very on top of it when it comes to macro and base timings.
Yeah, and we saw this in some of the other BSL matches in the group stages, or not the group stage, but the round of 8, how powerful that could be on this map to force Terran to come out of their load of choke and things like that. So definitely a strong build here on this map.
Yeah, you mentioned that big high ground platform outside of each of the naturals here. It can be equally as easy for Protoss to hold timings with that those ramps as well as Terran. But it also leads into that mineral-only 3rd, which Terrans, for the majority of the time, are forced to take. I think this map in general just kind of gives little advantages to playing more defensive just with that positioning.
Yeah, it's nice to try to bust down those, but you have to be careful because behind that ramp that you're going down, there's another ramp that's going up. So you gotta make sure that you're kind of clearing it out as you go.
Got it.
And we do see pretty standard play so far from both of them. Terra looks like he's looking to just take his expansion right away. And it looks like Craig will be looking for that 21 Nexus as well. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to be going.
Yeah, a little later on the Nexus.
Max.
Something like that. First Dragoon is moving across the map though for Dragon rather. Looking to put on a little bit of pressure. Only 1 Marine, right? Oh no, never mind. 3 Marines. So Actually, I think he'll be fine to defend this Dragoon on the ramp.
Yeah, I think this is most preferable for Terran, right? There's no Zealot. They don't feel the need to really build that bunker right away. But we do see Terra building that command center on the high ground. And while I know it's pretty close to the natural, it'll probably cost him a couple SCVs in production while he floats it from base to base.
Yeah, you know, it definitely will cause that move out time, but maybe, you know, he's kind of saving a couple SCVs by not making the bunker anyway. I don't know how that works out, but I think it's an acceptable choice here for a Dragon, or for Terra.
Safe. You know, sometimes better safe not knowing what's going on, but he does scout the Nexus and sees that it's down and almost complete, so he knows there's nothing super crazy that he's dealing with right now.
First tank is out, Barracks is lifting off, and the siege tank moving into position here. Probably waiting for siege.
Yeah, Terra does like siege first, and you know he's tricky because sometimes he plays siege first and then adds a starport so that he can do drops as well. So he definitely mixes in the different styles. But Academy,
Yeah. Academy Armory. Okay, so looking to get some kind of scan here early on, and maybe get those tank upgrades going. Siege is done. Boom, big shot onto the first Dragoon, and yeah, that's gonna push Dragon out of the natural.
Yeah, Dragon should be feeling pretty okay. His Nexus was much faster than Terror's command center to be on location and running up, so he should feel pretty good about that. He started probe production right away. I would imagine shortly we are going to see him send a probe to that third by that 6:30 mark, have another Nexus already down since he is going to Gate Observer, which is a very safe holding early push type of build. Wow.
This is interesting from Terror. Yeah, a lot of Vultures in production, only the single siege tank, so this feels like a mind read from Terror here. Knowing Dragon tends to play a little passive and maybe taking advantage of some tendencies here.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll be going with like a speed first type of play, so that he can kind of get himself on the map and do a run by. Nope. Gonna be mines.
Oh, it is
maybe
speed.
not.
You called it.
Speed first, yeah. Becoming more of a little bit of a meta here versus these early Nexus, so you kind of just get on the map, do some run bys, get in the main base. But Dragon well prepared right now. He's not moving out. He's not doing anything crazy. What is at the bottom of his main there? Are those Stargates? We do.
Ooh, this is Stargate.
Stargate.
2-base Arbiter, right?
I think it's going to be 2-base carrier here, machine.
Oh, really? Okay.
No Citadel down. Stargate down already.
Oh,
He's
you're right.
just
You're right. You're
hanging,
right.
So I think he'll chill on these 2 bases and go for the 2-base carrier play.
Terra needs to scan this, right? Pretty quickly.
Yeah, he'll need to scan it and figure that he's got the switchover production. He'll have to add some factories and get those glides on the map right away. But honestly, he should be saying to himself a little bit like, he did this style, but there's no third Nexus. Like, oh, I think he did scan it. He does scan it. Machine right on it.
He's so good at scanning that tech timing. I noticed it last game, especially, but man, he's just been spot on with it.
Yeah, and this definitely adds another layer to the game because now he has to decide what he wants to do. Will he just add factories right away and push across the map? Or is he going to play for a longer game, which can be difficult because Dragon already is going to be starting that carry production. Oh, we eat that mine.
Yeah, unfortunate little detonation there. Dragon trying to push out to his third, maybe get a probe out to take that third, but Terror, meanwhile, sniping an obs inside his main, so good pickup there for Terror.
Yeah, and I wonder because he sniped that observer, will he now start to put more factories down? Or I see another building in the bottom base. Will it be, nope, just standard play? I thought maybe a Wraith play again. You know, he likes the Wraith Valk this today, so maybe we saw some more of that, but not quite. second armory?
Yeah, second armory is a little odd. I almost felt like when you know it's two base carriers so quickly, like just push, right? Like I almost would have expected a bunch of factories to go down the main Goliath range, getting researched, and just go go go. But yeah, we're seeing Terror. Looks like he just kind of wants to sit.
Yeah, he'll probably play for some type of 2-1 timing, but I thought he would go for a 4-5 factory plus 1 timing to be a little bit more aggressive on the map with these carriers, because we know once they get to 6 carriers, things will definitely be difficult.
Especially given their positions, right? Close vertical positions, those carriers could harass all over that natural, utilize a lot of neutral ground, throughout the mid left and the center of the map. So yeah, could be quite scary here for Terror if the carrier count gets significant at all.
Yeah,
You see the first 2 are done, 2 more on the way.
We did see a factory explosion, though. He is now already up to 6 factories. I guess this will be some type of 6-fac, 2-1, just push, all in, really just looking to crush it.
No third, you think?
I don't think so. I think
Or
he'll
maybe
just go
like
with
when you move out.
factories and just start producing tank Goliath and just start to move across the map. But like I said, Machine, it can be a little hard to push up these ramps. You know, it can be a little bit difficult. So you definitely have an advantage to fighting up on top of the hill, even with just microing the carriers. So we'll see. We see that Dragon did add former gateways to get speed lots, so that he can kind of get that zealot carrier combination to get on top of those Goliaths. Because when you're Protoss here, you don't need to win the full battle. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but you need to win one of the two. Either you need to wipe the tanks and let your ground army take out the Goliaths, or you wipe the Goliaths and take out the rest of the army with your tanks. And if you could do that, you're in fantastic shape.
Yeah, absolutely. Goliath count not the highest so far. Really, Terror just kind of building up that tank Goliath count for the moment. Dragon up about 25 supply. Pretty significant amount, I'd say.
Yeah, but a lot of that's just carrier supply. Carriers take up a lot of supply, so already you figure he has 6 in production, so 2 in production with 4 on the map, so it's 6 total. So a lot of supply going towards those carriers.
Does Dragon need to take a 4th anytime soon, or is he just fine as is here?
I think seeing what Terror is doing, he just wants to macro win this first fight. If he can win this first fight, he pretty much will secure the game.
You think he can do it?
I think he can do it. I think he's producing a ton of zealots. I think he's getting ready. The hard part is Terror starting to build turrets on the map, so that as he pushes through, he can, get some more damage. And this is a great play here, Machine. He's taken the bottom right so that if the carriers do continue and he has to pull back, it's hard for the carriers to get all over the map.
Yeah, it really is. That's just so much more distance for them to have to travel to kill a base. Alright, Dragon getting into position here.
Yeah, I think Terra's going to go up and down the high ground here. Fight up and down. This is a tricky fight for both sides. 2-1 should be kicking in soon.
Carriers look to be getting on top of the first of the tanks. Ooh, 1 tank probably going to fall. Yep, very quickly. Good focusing from Dragon. Yeah.
Well done. He's just going to drag those interceptors.
Terror moving back with those tanks, though.
I think Terror is targeting the interceptors down. 2-1 is up. The carriers have no armor. Those are going to be some heavy hitting Goliaths with +2 with no armor on those carriers. He'll be able to start sniping and crushing them. But here's the difficult spot right now for him, Machine. He's got to go up this ramp.
Yeah, it is a ramp. There's a lot of zealots out in the center. Maybe a little out of position. I don't know if they can flank through the center there, but Oh, we're gonna see a huge mine detonation on top of a lot of those zealots. And yeah, it looks like zealots just a little getting caught out of position. Carrier's trying to get on the back line of siege tanks. But actually a good wave of zealot dragoons still alive here. Doing some damage to this force from Terror.
Yeah, I think Dragon has done a great job engaging into this army. He got the zealots on top of the tanks. But I think the upgrades are just so strong machine right now, 2-1. Those carriers really need that armor upgrade for those interceptors to survive.
Yeah, it feels like they're just crumbling. They're just falling so quick. And yeah, we actually see carriers moving to the natural. Dragon just kind of giving up on trying to use the carrier. Never mind, they're coming back from behind. Carrier's trying to come in here, but not before all the Zealot Dragoon has been killed. Another turret going down, and yeah, every time he's got to focus these turrets, interceptors are just falling.
Yeah, but he does have his high ground to do. He has lowered the Goliath count quite a bit, and he should have some more carriers popping out shortly.
Dragoons focus firing, those Goliaths reducing their numbers even more. And yeah, I mean, Dragon's kind of doing it. Oh no, another big rally of these Goliaths coming in though.
I think Dragon will hold here, but I think Terror is doing a good job buying himself a ton of time to take up that third base so he can really make sure he can add some factors and continue production. Dragon needs to just get up on these upgrades, make sure he's continuing with the air upgrades, which he's probably +2 attack. He almost should add, I think, a core and get both upgrades at the same time. I think just the plus air weapons is not enough.
Yeah, we definitely need to see that armor. Whenever I think of carriers PvT, I think like armor upgrade is massively important in the matchup.
For sure, I couldn't agree more with you. We see a big SCB transfer going bottom right so that he can get up that base fully functional.
And that's going to bring the base count even.
Yeah, I think, I think probably Terror doesn't have as strong of the economy in terms of like worker count, because he probably to get to that 6 factory cut a little bit, but I think once he gets that bottom right up in that third gas, he'll be able to make this Goliath count pretty crazy. And
he's gonna need to.
He's gonna melt these interceptors with all these Goliaths.
Yeah, we see him falling pretty quick here, but not before some turrets have been killed. So trades are being made from Dragon, focusing some of the Goliaths down as well. But yeah, that interceptor count got low very quickly.
Yeah, it's just a struggle. We do see Dragon taking a 4th base, so he's looking to try to boost his kind of a little more while he buys some time with these carriers. Terror does know exactly where the carriers are because they flew over a mine, so he'll know what's going on. Tank count quite low. Makes me a little nervous if Dragon does come in here both with his ground and air army, that he's able to take care of it.
Yeah, tanks being sieged up here. Turret is falling there for Terror as well. We see such a heavy gas count for Dragon. I'd really like to see some Templars being mixed in here soon. And here we go. Looks like this is it. We're moving in with the carriers, with the Dragoons. Never mind, we're gonna back up. He's just feeling it out, it looks like.
Yeah, I'd love to see Dragon go for it. I think he could fly in with his carriers, pick off some of the tanks, and then keep bringing reinforcing zealots and keep coming through. I think if he could do that, I think he could take this next engagement here.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more here. Vultures moved into that 4th base. Get picked off though, but not before they scout it.
Yeah, we just saw that 3-2 is on the way. If those Goliaths get the 3-2 before those carriers get any armor or any just more upgrades, it's going to be a really hard fight for them. They're not going to be able to engage effectively into these carriers.
We actually see no ground upgrades for Dragon at all. That's really unfortunate. Upgrades aren't the biggest deal PvT, but you still have to have some, right? Like +1 attack or, an armor upgrade or something like that would be, it would eventually pay dividends over time.
I'm looking at these army compositions here, and I'm getting a little more worried for Terra, because he just has a ton of Goliaths, and while that's great and all to engage all these carriers, Dragon has a massive ground army. You know, he's gonna have to deal with both of those things, not just the carriers. And if these Zealot Goon get onto the Goliaths and the tanks are splashing all over them, he could wipe this Terran army.
Yeah, it really seems like he could. Tanks sieging up, though. Seems like this is where Terror wants to fight. Carriers moving down, bottom right.
Cannot get caught here. Cannot get caught here with these carriers. Gotta make sure that they stay away and poke.
Ooh, found the eBay. That's
Be a
always
big
nice.
deal. Tanks exposed in the middle there.
Yeah, I was wondering if Dragon might capitalize on that, but didn't quite see it with the obs. And Terror taking a fourth, getting that mineral only up. So this is big news for him. Ooh, another tank going down, and the vessel. Oh, did we do it? I think the tank count's super low now. This might be his chance to pounce. Ooh, Zealot's kind of clumping up. They need to just move into the center of the Goliaths, but either way, damage is being done. One carrier falling. But yeah, it's Goliaths versus Dragoon Zealot. The carriers are just kind of there for moral support at this point. And yeah, all of these Goliaths falling.
Is plummeting for Terra right now. Absolutely plummeting. I think Dragon has done it. He had a great engage, picked off those siege tanks, and left the Goliaths alone.
Yeah, we don't even see much of a rally from Dragon's natural. It's like a little bit of lag in the game, but all right, Zealot, Dragoon, and Carrier moving bottom right, and I think we just have turrets there. So this should be a dead base. Terror opting for a counterattack towards Dragon's mineral only. He's gonna have to kill this base to stay in it, it feels like.
Yeah, I think we're a little too late here now, Machine. Now the fact that this base in the bottom right is going down, and the supply count just being such a difference, I think Terror is definitely on the ropes.
Yeah, on the ropes for sure. He does end up somehow killing that mineral only with just that small force. Nice job there from Terror. But still, reinforcements clean that up and push away Terror's army. And yeah, we're, suddenly Dragon's in an amazing spot in this game.
Yeah, he'll be looking for one more positive engagement here. I think he can end the game. I'd love to see him add some Templar, like you said, in his army now. We see the third base going down here for Terror as well.
Yeah, big counter. And we see a lot of Goliaths once again, but not a heavy siege tank count. Zealots did get cleaned up, but carriers are finally starting to come in and engage here, and this is a lot of carrier.
8 carrier machine.
Yeah, 8 carriers. I feel like he's got more carriers than Goliaths now. That's not a good ratio if you're Terran.
Not what you're looking for. Not optimal.
Not optimal. And that third command center does go down here for Terror. So Terror looks like, you know what? It's time to go. Let's do one more big gung-ho timing, and who knows? Maybe a miracle will happen here.
Yeah, he's mined out, so things are definitely becoming more difficult. He may snipe this one carrier. No, he will not. Dragon just slowly picking up these tanks, moving up. Unit by unit, every unit he picks off now is a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't even need these kills, as long as he keeps the Dragoons alive. Yeah, Terra mining that mid-left base, that's a big pickup for him. But still, he's just down so much supply. And we finally see those Templar being mixed into the composition here for Dragon. Great job.
Yeah, once those engage with the carriers, they're so strong versus just the Goliaths. They just melt through the storm.
Yeah, they really are. Oh, here we go. Templar being sniped immediately, though. One storm goes down. That's good. Good storm. But everything converging on this point now. All the carriers, Dragoons coming in, firing from the Lugron. Another massive storm on that siege tank and the rest of these Goliaths. And one carrier does fall, but it's just not enough. GG is called by Terror, and Dragon taking a point for the Protoss.
Well done by Dragon. Really well played. That fight outside the natural was so close that kind of decided it. And then Dragon was able to use his carriers to pick off some tanks and engage with his ground army.
Yeah, that was big, man. I thought it was an Arbiter opening to begin with, but man, Carrier definitely ended up being the call there for Dragon. Very well played. But still, though, hats off to Terra, taking 3 points for the Terrans so far to start the night off. You know, he was not an easy one to take out there, but Dragon, it's now his time to hold the torch for his team. We'll see what Zerg he ends up going up against. Actually, we know it's going to end up being CadenZie. So this is going to be fun. Put me in, coach.
He's ready, but it might be Protoss time now. Maybe the Protoss are ready to wake up from their slumber to put some of the rest of these players to bed.
Yeah, they might put him to bed, man. I think Dragon has a very strong PvZ style. It's not going to be a simple feat for CadenZie to be able to take a game off of, but you know what? CadenZie is she's game for it. She can do it. I really enjoy her style of ZVP. She's got great muta control. You know, isn't afraid to play pretty aggressive early on. And you know, she's got the solid enough mechanics to really play late game ZVP as well, even against a player the caliber of Dragon. So yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one.
Machine, I'm a little surprised here. Taking cross game as the map, 2-player map. Usually not always the greatest pick, right, for ZVP because of split map scenarios.
Yep, split map scenarios. You get scouted early on. There's like potential Protoss bullshit like cannon rush and proxy gates. I wouldn't pick it personally, but CadenZie, you know, she's got a mind of her own. I'm sure she's got something planned here.
That would be great.
Okay. All right, folks. I think we're going to go to a 2 or 3 minute break here before we end up getting into this next match, but it will be CadenZie versus Dragon, and we will be right back. right, folks, we are back once again to the BSL Race Championship, Day 7. Up next, we got CadenZie going up against Dragon on cross game. But before we go there, I briefly wanted to touch on the Patreon for Bombastic, guys. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, if you like what Zero does, we could use your help, really, for the next season of BSL Race Championship. We kind of have a goal of $2,000 raised in order to fund the prize pool for next season. As you can see, we're currently at $278.66. So for those of you who've already donated, thank you so much. But yeah, we could use a little more help from those of you who can afford it. So if you're feeling generous, please reach out to the patreon.com/bombastic and yeah, give us those esports bucks.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. You know how much these events are just fantastic. Zero puts so much time into them, and I think we all enjoy watching such high-level StarCraft. It is our passion, so please help support it to just keep on going. Now, Michelle, I heard you had a special shout-out.
Yeah. Hola, mis amigas Argentina.
Oh, baby. The fans from Argentina again. The shout out.
Going up. What's up, Pato? Saw you in the chat, bro. And thanks for tuning in. Thank you, everyone, for, checking out what we do here and listening to us cast. And yeah, here we go. We are getting into it. It is going to be CadenZie Dragon cross game. What's your thoughts, what's your thoughts, Razz?
Well, I haven't played this map in a very, very long time, but I think usually two-player maps are favorable for Protoss. The thing that I kind of look at this map and I say, I look at that ramp coming up and how big that choke is, like what the wall situation going to be look like for Protoss. But knowing Dragon, we're probably going to see a forge opener here. So he probably will be safe despite how big the opening is.
Low ground ramp leading into the main is definitely another significant thing I've kind of noticed about the map. Yeah, we're jumping into the game here just in a second. And spawning at the top right as that blue Zerg, you know her as CadenZie.
And to the bottom left, it is going to be our Protoss hero. Coming for some points right now. It is Dragon. Alright, Machine. I think we're going to see a forge open here from Dragon. The good thing for Protoss here with the two bases, with the two-player map, is that they can just pylon scout and block the natural. And it looks like on this map here, pretty far thirds, or a no-gas third.
Yeah, I'm not sure why CadenZie picked this map, to be honest with you. Yeah, I guess the far third could prove to be a little difficult for Protoss. It even looks like you could maybe put a lurker behind that third and prevent mining if they picked a close mineral only or something, which can be a little annoying for Protoss to deal with. Also, the low ground mean leading to a high ground natural ramp. So things like two gates and Ling run-bys can prove to be a little difficult to hold here. But yeah, we'll have to see what each of these players is opting for. Pylon at the natural for Dragon, and looks to be a hatch first here for CadenZie.
Yeah, and if you haven't watched all the ASL season, close your ears. This is pretty much what we saw from Rain, right? He went and scouted on these maps, said, okay, you're going either hatch first or overpool. I'm just going to take a Nexus first. I'm just going to be greedy as well. Like, let's play into that greed for Protoss.
And why not, right? Like there are early pool builds that could prove to be a little difficult, but with that first scout guaranteed every time, you can kind of just react to it at will as Protoss. So I like this choice here from Dragon. You could even fake a cannon rush here. Oh, I like that the probe's moving behind the natural, even though he has no intention of doing any kind of cannon shenanigans.
Yeah, I really like that idea too. Even forces to run out a little bit earlier. Why not pressure it? It does fit there. As you can see, you put one on the top, one in the middle. So just to make your opponent think or pull some drones, I think it's totally worth it.
No drone scout from CadenZie, which means she'll be waiting for the first Overlord to really determine exactly what's going on here from Dragon. Obviously, we know this is a Nexus first. Third hatchery before gas here for CadenZie, that 254 gas, so most likely going to be some type of Hydra opener out of CadenZie here and not layer first.
Yeah, I would love to see Dragon continue to be super greedy. Gas before cannon because he sees that the Lings are not coming out. They've been drones. Uh, but I think he opted to be safe and go for the cannon first, which I also understand.
Yeah, I mean he's a very confident macro-oriented Protoss in every matchup. You know, I feel like he feels no matter who he plays, he's the kind of player that feels like he's strongest as long as he, you know, gets into some kind of a serious game with the opponent and no shenanigans really, you know, end up happening. So, you know, I respect the cannon. I respect the choice of just making this a game that's locked in into the mid-late game.
Yeah, the only reason that nice being greedy is because you just get that Sarah out so much earlier and really just can wreak some havoc, especially because we do see a lair build here. Um, and if you can get that Stargate down before the Spire is even close, you can just get so many Overlord kills. And then I would agree with you that you need to play that Hydra style before you go lair. Oof, almost blocks that fourth hatchery.
Only one on gas after the layer started, so this makes me think it's absolutely not Muta. I'll tell you that right off the bat. Normally you do this if you're planning on opening Hydra, but you're getting that layer first, and you don't need the extra gas early on. So this is going to be interesting. First Zealot moving in from Dragon. It's only 2 Lings. Ooh, good connections from the Zealot so far. It's going to force a little bit of lost mining time at least.
Yeah, drone pulls here, you know, so it's good to have that. Trying to do a drone drill, pulling them off the gas. Oh, keep up. Oh, I thought we were going to get one drone.
Still, though, this has been painful.
Oh, mid-swing.
Yeah, Probe and Zealot die, but not before causing, you know, some significant lost mining time. More drones even being pulled at this third.
Yeah, I love that Dragon said news all over, and he should continue to send. He saw that the link count was low. It's going to take 4 to 6 Zerglings to deal with this one down here, especially where it is. So why not continue to send some over there, send some in the main? You know, CadenZie being a little greedy, he's trying to mine while the Zealot is there. Ooh, and he snags one drone already. That is a big deal. There should be a hurt one somewhere. Oh, there it is. He found it.
Zealot moving into the natural as well. And suddenly I see a lot of Lings being made. But yeah, not really a whole lot getting done with that Zealot, unfortunately. And Dragon's fine. Second cannon building. He's got a wall off. This Corsair is on the way. 3 gateways in the main behind that.
His gateway explosion timing is very good. You know, right around that 6-minute mark, he already had those going. +1 going for ground. So I think he is feeling pretty confident right now. I believe that's a Sarah on the map already killing an Overlord. And he has a second Sarah on the way to reinforce. First one goes down, and we are going to see... Oh, no, we're not. We had 2 more Overlords pop out. No supply block. But I think we're going to get a couple more Overlords here, Machine.
Yeah, these are Scourge, I believe, being built at the natural. So Dragon's got to be a little careful with these Sarahs, but he might be able to get one more.
One thing that CadenZie does like to do in PvP is make the 5 Muta plus Scourge to force out those cannons. He just have to be really careful. These should be popping. Oh my goodness,
wow.
He just gets it out. Oh, 6 Scourge already? I think we need to watch. Oh, we do see the 6th hatchery go down, so and not a 3rd gas, so this won't be heavy Muta Scourge. I don't believe. Maybe
I think it has to be because we don't have the Hydra Den or the Evo. So I was totally wrong about the gas in the main being delayed. This really is just going to be Muta Scourge, and you know she has a third base. Probably could look to take that third gas here shortly, and you know just end up making a lot of Muta. Zealots are moving out on the map though, engaging these Zerglings. Oh, they two-shot them. That's a pretty quick +1 timing here for Dragon, and that could prove to be a little difficult to hold.
Okay, here we go. He's poking out with these Sarah as well. He's going to probably wait for at least one more with +1 to be able to start shooting down some of these Scourge pretty easily. But he has his ults going through, and there's only one Sunken and 2 Muta machine. I'm a little bit worried about CadenZie's drone count here.
Does kill a drone, but Muta count, you know, it's starting to get high enough where Dragon feels like he's got to back off with these Zealots.
And we do see a third gas here at the third base, which to me, a lot of the time, signals that there could be some type of Muta +1 play or quicker lurker. So we'll see how Dragon responds to this. Oh, kills the first bunch
Whoa,
of...
dodge the Scourge. That was nice.
Oh, no +1 armor, so this... I'm trying to see what CadenZie is going to go with from here.
Yeah, she's at the point where she most likely is going to have to start transitioning to Hydra. Once, you know, Protoss gets 8-10 Corsair with +1, it's really difficult to fight them in an air-to-air battle.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how CadenZie transitions out, because I feel like almost like a hybrid builder where it's like third gas, but no Muta, no +1 armor. So are we going for fast lurker? Like, are we just gonna go for Hydra? Like, you know, even Dragon I think believes it's the Muta build because of the gassing and how many Muta and Scourge see. So he's made an Archon to push out. And as Protoss, when you play against this heavy Muta Scourge playstyle, you make an Archon and you usually take your third because you don't feel as much pressure.
I see. And it looks like you're right. I think Dragon is trying to take that gas third top left. Here we go. Zealot's moving up the ramp. There are Hydras here holding this ramp. I don't know if Dragon's going to be able to do much here.
You got to be really careful as these Scourge come in. Oh, good targeting down. Really well done.
Good damage by that Archon.
I think there's just too many Hydra machines.
Yeah, it sure looks like there's too many Hydra.
Oh my goodness.
There's a lot of Corsair though.
Right here, machine.
Oh man, these Corsairs just weaving through all these Overlords. All the Hydras were forced to fight the Zealots and the Archon, and yeah, this is going to be a massive, massive supply block here for the Zerg player.
Yeah, Dragon does have Templars up with Hopefully Storm is ready, so it won't be as painful for the counter, but CadenZie is going to have to spend a lot of resources on these Overlords now. And Dragon continues to hunt down different Overlords with this.
Ooh, Overlord speed is finished at least. Yeah. Yeah, this is good hunting still from Dragon. Hydra's streaming across the map, looking to put some pressure on, but there is no third, and there's Storm at the high ground behind cannons. And you know what I always say, don't attack into Cannon Storm if you're Zerg. It just doesn't work. It's how you lose games. And 3 Hydras falling for nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, no way that is gonna break up that ramp. Checking for a throw. Gonna just make it out. I think Dragon switched his playstyle up from like a 6-gate a third expo to like an 8-gate more macro because he saw the way that CadenZie is playing.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think he wanted to go 6-gate expand with pressure, but I think he said, okay, well, you're on 6 hatchery, you're making a ton of Hydra. Let me just macro up a little bit more, be safe, and then I'll go out. Because I really like the fact here, Machine, that he is going with a ton of Zealot Templar. Because he has this there and he wiped the Muta count. These Templar are not in danger now from being picked by Muta. Right? The next step to this is going to be Lurker, but he can transition after, so he's going to stay on a heavy Zealot count with these Sair, and is going to be able to push and pressure.
Eventually, though, Zerg will get to that lurker tech, and that could be quite detrimental for the Protoss. We don't see Robo yet. We don't see Obs. That's really going to be the next stage of this game. Okay, we do have Obs, actually. So Dragon moving out with those Obs, getting Dragoons in the composition, but still no third. CadenZie taking her fourth base?
Yeah, so 13 minutes is usually the timer here when you do an 8-gate build. You really want to get your third right around then. And maybe even double expo because you have so much map presence. So we'll see what he decides to do. CadenZie's going to scout this third, so it'll be interesting to see if she decides to pressure now that she knows it's there. I just think without Lurker, it's going to be really hard pressed. I mean, we saw 6 Templar that probably have full energy. I don't know if they have the upgraded energy for the actual, I'm not sure what it's called, the Ruby that they're going to have. So I'm not sure they have 250. Nope, just 200. So they'll each have 2 Storms with 6 Templar, 12 Storms. That's a ton. That's a ton of Storm.
Yeah, that is a ton of Storm, honestly. Still no third Nexus, though. So that means, this is a big force from Dragon, but he is very much committed to this timing working. And here we go. I don't see any lurkers, Razz.
I don't either. And this is a huge group of Hydra, and here come these Templar. Oh my goodness.
God.
Oh, there's so much Storm. Oh my goodness.
I don't think you could have asked for better storms. This is really the problem with that pure Hydra style. Muta's coming in to join the fray, but I mean, most of the energy is already out of these Templar. Getting on top of the back Templar, but the Dragoons are allowed to do so much damage here. This mineral-only base is dead.
And more importantly than getting both the mineral base itself, but getting 2 macro hatcheries is just absolutely devastating for Zerg here.
It really is. I mean, suddenly Zerg loses so much potential larva. Hydra's taking pretty good trades, though.
So Dragon's upgrades are extremely well prepared. Like, he's on time with them. +2 armor versus +2 attack from Hydra. He is not taking the extra damage. His army is going to fight so efficiently.
It's also streaming across the maps with reinforcements the second they come out. And yeah, CadenZie forced to GG. Dragon taking the game there on cross game. Very well played.
Very, very well played. Excellent from him. Everything was really well done. I think he also thought it was going to be more Muta Scourge, but he transitioned back into 8-gate to kind of match that 6 hatch production, and then was able to kind of just press and take the game.
Yeah, there's some significant plays there. I mean, the Corsair timing on that natural, picking off so many Overlords was pretty pivotal. But, CadenZie, she recovered very well. It just felt like the lurkers were slightly too late to hold that fourth.
Well, I think she went back for a muted switch again after she killed the Sayer,
yeah.
which is a great call, but just a little late as the army pushed across the map.
So, well played there from Dragon, and up next we'll be seeing Dragon go into yet another PvT. It's gotta either be Dandy or Nyoken. Dandy now. Here we go.
Oh man.
Nyoken says, let's go. Put him to bed. Dandy now.
I saw that. I thought we were going to get the Sandman himself, Nyoken, but instead we're going to have Dandy. But we both know Dandy extremely strong.
He's a beast.
Game. Loves the standard game. Loves taking the games later. His vultures are absolute, just so strong. Get all over probe lines. So it'll be good to see what he can do here.
Yeah, he's like the Terran Yin to Dragon's Yang. He loves to have those epic late game sit, take half the map, cut it in half, out macro the opponent, and win in a 45-minute epic TVP. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. I also know Dandy loves his gasless style opener TVP. So he's got tendencies. So does Dragon here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Dragon go for something like a 12 nex against a a Dandy style. So we'll have to see what these guys opt for here. I think we're waiting on Dandy to pick the map.
Yes, we are. We're gonna see what Dandy goes with here. Dandy's so strong. I think no matter what the map is, he'll be fully prepared and ready to go. We see his impressive resume right here.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm sure he'll be looking
46 and 16, not bad.
to show some strong TVP after his round of 8 games. So look, oh my goodness, champion of season 4, playing
Champion.
BSL for forever,
Champion.
an absolute staple. I know he had a tough showing versus DeWalt, but his other TVPs are usually very strong, and I think we're gonna see some good stuff here.
Yeah, who doesn't have a tough showing against DeWalt, you know?
We all been there. We all been there as well. We all been there as well.
Yeah.
So the question is, what map we are gonna get?
Yeah, there's still
From our
some
player.
pretty interesting ones to choose from. What, Gold Rush? We could see that from a Terran.
Could see Gold Rush. It is a good, strong Terran map. Good pick, you know. You get the gas in your base, and you can knock down the assimilators. Not that Drake is cheesy, but he could definitely pull something out of his hat in those maps. But we'll see what.
Optimizer? Is that good TVP?
Yeah, that's really good TVP because you have 3 gases on 2 base.
Yeah, we'll
That would
have
be
to
a
see
strong
here.
one. That's a strong 2 base timing because of the 3 gases.
Even
else we got?
Revolver, not bad.
Revolver, especially if it's horizontal, it's just so tough for Protoss.
Yeah, so pretty much all the maps that are left are all not bad.
Yeah, I think everything we got left is pretty strong. See what he's got. See what he wants, what he's feeling.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. So it's either gotta be Gold Rush, Optimizer. That's it, right? Yeah. Okay. Either Gold Rush or Optimizer. So we'll have to see which he chooses. And
It's
it's
Revolver.
Revolver. Oh, I guess they can repick the same map. Okay. So it will be Revolver. Good map choice. Oh, we didn't have Revolver. That's my bad. I thought we saw it previously. That's my
Yep.
bad. So
First time for
Revolver
Revolver.
is the pick here.
Another
Nice.
good map for carriers. Very good map for carriers.
Another current meta map.
Current meta map. Good for 12 necks. Everything is on the table. Like I said, though, very difficult if you are horizontal. Terran can really just push across into the Protoss natural, and it's really hard to fight picking a spot.
Yeah,
So
just take that high ground pathway. Left to right or right to left, all the way across those bridges,
yeah,
and
small chokes, very very difficult. So I'm kind of hoping they're not horizontal here, so we can see a little bit longer of a game and see what happens from there. Because even when it gets longer from there, Terran can take the third, they can hold it on the high ground. So
I want to see
it'll,
cross map 12 decks versus CC first.
oh man, this is what dreams
Yeah,
are made of for a late game
no
PvT.
rush, no rush 15.
Oh man, and R20, they got it. Map max only.
Yep. This is a fun one. Current meta map that obviously both these players are going to be extremely familiar with, playing it in current ladder and map pools and such. So they're going to be very very well practiced and ready for this one. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what each of these players opts for here.
Yeah, I can see Dragon doing a 12 next on this map with the way there's a little ramp and the natural there, but he loves to do these, one gate expo type of carrier builds and obs, and he's good to go.
Yeah, one gate carrier expo worked out pretty well for him in the previous PvT series tonight, so he very much could opt for that. All right, folks, we are getting into it here. It is Dandy versus Dragon on Revolver. Here we go. And spawning at the top left, you just saw him play. He's the red Protoss from NA. It is Dragon.
And in the bottom right, as the blue Terran, we have Dandy. Well, Machine, you got your first part of the dream come true scenario here. Cross map.
You know, like the KwarK game, I may just call everything about this. You know, it could be CC first against 12 next. Still,
Protoss minus approach could really help out here. Let's see how we decided what to go with and how they're gonna do it.
Pylon in the main.
You have hope. It's not a very far away pylon, Machine. Close to the nexus, you know.
I'm telling you, I feel it. I feel the greed. You know, it's just coursing through my veins.
Love it.
They both want minerals.
Oh no! Don't do it, Dragon.
Oh no.
Machine.
Well, we could still see a command center first. Nope. The spice must flow.
The clairvoyance is gone. You had your moment.
I know, man. I had at least one game. At least one game I had it. Gas going down in the main here for Dragon, so this is going to be a very, very standard opener out of him. Yeah, same with Dandy here. You know what? Shame on you, Dragon. Should have just gone for the 12 next. He would have reaped the rewards cross map. He's gotta think more like a Protoss, you know?
So interesting that no scout here from Dragon. So that indicates to me we are going to see a faster Nexus play than we did, I think, in the first game. Not having any scout. That's usually what this entails. We'll see if he even pulls off some probes from gas after he gets above the 150 mark, but we're probably going to see something a little bit faster and grittier of a Nexus.
I think it's a good call. We get 10 mineral patches in the main on Revolver. So it kind of pays off a little more to be greedier here with that scout.
I agree. And I think he knows that Dandy's not the type of player to BPS, to fact too much, especially on a map like this. So you can really risk with having no scout.
We do see Dandy, though, with that first scout. Well, he will scout Dragon first, cross map here. Sees that it is just a gateway. Yeah, sees a pretty quick core. No Zealot, no Dragoon out yet. Dragon chasing away that SCV a little bit with a probe.
Despite the no scout, we're still going to have a 23 Nexus.
Yeah, no scout, pretty quick Nexus here, which I think is fine. And Dandy getting the bunker at the high ground of that natural should be in time here to help defend versus this Dragoon. SCV on the map is kind of luring that Dragoon away, buying a little bit of extra time for this bunker.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're seeing these bunkers. I feel like when it's not Zealot first, you can get away with going 3 Marines in the vault and just taking your CC. But maybe he's opting for more aggression with the Vulture, so he's pushing himself out there a little bit, you know. Let me get the Vulture on the map, just make it in and get some probe kills. Dragon just poking in to confirm that there is a Nexus there. I'm sorry, command center there, so that he knows no shenanigans is happening. And we see the really fast robotics as well.
That was pretty nice from Dandy there. He even kept that scouting SCV alive with that maneuvering. Like you said, Vulture is out on the map. Probably just going to lay a mine and prevent the third or delay it, and get mines laid across the center of the map as well. Just kind of a common tactic that Terrans used, kind of prevent timings early on and just feel a little safer, while at the same time forcing the Protoss to kind of keep their Dragoon count back.
Yeah, we need to watch. We need to watch here for this second gas timing. What is Dragon gonna do? Does and as I say it, he puts it down. I think we're gonna see another 2-base carrier build.
Why not, right? I think it's a great map for it. We got high ground natural, your cross map, so it's going to take Terran quite a bit to move their force, to your base. I think 2 base carrier is great given their current situation.
Yeah, I think it's totally perfect for this map. He's setting up to hide them in the top right. It's a cross map. He's got to go there. You can fight in the high ground, both at your third and your natural. So I think we're going to see a lot of the same stuff from Dragon on this map right now.
Yeah. There isn't really much aggression potential here from Dragon until obs get out on the map, especially given the intelligent opening here from Dandy. Getting those mines early. It's funny how one vulture has caused such a ruckus, right? He's able to delay that third. He's scouting for potential thirds at the same time with those mines. So really, one vulture doing a good deal of damage if you think about it.
Yeah, a lot of times we see Terran do these mine double expo, things like that. And they can be extremely effective. Obviously, Dragon is doing a robo first, or robo right after he makes his first gateway, so he'll be able to get on the map. But I think those vultures are fantastic for scouting, picking off probes that are trying to take thirds. A lot of use gets out of those vultures.
Ooh, not a lot of use got out of that observer, though. Scuts a few tanks, a couple turrets. I don't think he really got a great idea of the factory count, but it falls pretty quickly, so a little unfortunate there for Dragon.
Well, Mission, you and I both know that Dandy does like to go that 4-fact, sometimes pressures style builds.
Yep.
And losing that observer could trigger him to be like, you know what, I'm putting down 3 more factories. Or there's already 2 of them going down. So maybe he'll be adding a 5th, and then he might be able to go.
Yeah, we do see the starport, though. That indicates he's going for 2-1 at least. So maybe it's just the 3rd factory. Yeah, it's probably just 3-fact into taking a 3rd here, but eventually he's got to get on scanning that. Okay. Look at the timing. Him and Terror, they're so good about it. You can't sneak anything by them.
The starport to go up to 6-fact machine. He's a 7-fact. There it is, 7-fact plus 1, I think, timing we're gonna see here, and he's just gonna push for it.
I don't know. If it was most other maps, I would say I think Dandy's got a good shot here, but there's just that high ground platform everywhere on Revolver, and on top of that, he's cross-mapped. I think things are lined up so that this is kind of Dragon's timing to hold.
Yeah, so I'm going to say 2 differences from that of Goodnight. 1, he can build turrets on that low ground. And 2, he can siege the natural from the low ground. So he might get himself across the map and start building a ton of turrets, which turrets are great against no armor carriers. So he might want to do that to try to set himself up.
Got you. First 2 carriers are done. 2 more not quite on the way yet. Dragon may even be looking to delay that for more units.
And Dragon just noticing that he's on the map. Now this becomes a little more of a problem, because while fighting up that ramp is difficult, fighting down it is also not easy.
Yeah, it's like impossible.
Yep, that choke is so small. We see 2 interceptors, but
Pew, 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 pew.
yep, they are like a BB gun
I'm gonna get
shooting
ya.
at these tanks. Oh, they're gone. And here we see now, trying to fight through these eggs going down this ramp is hard, but I also don't want to see Dandy go up. I think if he fights it from here, takes out the gas, builds a bunch of turrets, he'll be able to secure a very good position.
Just kind of starve it out, right? He's trading efficiently as is. He's preventing mining. You know how valuable that gas is for Protoss when you're stuck on 2 base. He
Yep.
needs that. I like this from Dandy. He's not overcommitting. He's not trying to send half his units up the ramp. He's using the neutral ground very well here. And wow, what do you do if you're Dragon?
Yeah, he's going to really have to get those speed zealots up. He doesn't have 8 interceptors. I hope he didn't forget the carrier upgrade, but we do see 4 on each. Oh, there it is, 5, so he's good. But this is difficult. You're going to see these Goliaths, these Marines, and turrets just melt through these interceptors.
Oh my god.
Oh, and we already see GG from Dragon.
I mean, that may seem a little preemptive, but there was no coming back there from Dragon. That was just too good of positioning from Dandy. Hats off to Dandy, man, scouting that, scanning that, and then just going, you know what? Let's power. Let's drop 3 more factories and let's crush this one. That was such a good timing, good positioning from Dandy, and yeah, he had the right choice there for sure.
I like the call to cancel the starport and push through with the 7th fac to get across the map and get the win there. I think that was very key, and he read the situation really well, knowing he could build turrets there.
Yeah, good call. All
All right.
So Team
Boa.
Terran once again in the driver's seat.
Boa picks Optimizer. He's
Oh.
a better man than I.
Optimizer, man, that's one of those low-key, like, I don't know, niche pick maps. If you're good with, Templar drop and you can really utilize the extra gas, let's say, that's on the map, it can be quite scary, I think, even for Terran to deal with. So yeah, there we go. Boa from the US. Yeah.
Yep. Currently living in the US. Let me tell you, Optimizer, great for early aggression too. Open nat, open base, so maybe we're going to see Boa go to forward gateway, pressure.
Okay.
A big open based for reaver drops, storms, like you're saying. Boa very good at that. Boa can do it all. The one thing about Boa's play, he does like less probes, like he likes those 43 probes, like macro styles. It's good, but Terran can sit here on 3 gas from 2 bases and macro out. It gets a little bit trickier. So
Yeah,
I
I found
think they're
myself pretty impressed with Boa's play as well. Like, great multitasker, good understanding of the game. But yeah, I could definitely see how, this is a good map for Terran to kind of sit on that quick 3 base, and that could prove to be difficult.
yeah. So I'm excited to see what Boa picks, but I think he's strong. He's extremely strong. So I'm sure he has something prepped. He knows exactly the route he wants to go. So we'll see what build he goes with. I've seen him play Shuttle Man. I've seen him just go macro, fast arb, more aggression. The other thing I find hard in this map in Optimizer is fighting through the middle. If you are not horizontal when you're vertical or cross map, that middle choke gets very tight very fast as the game goes on. Like, split map becomes more and more probable for Terran.
Got you. Okay.
I will say as a Protoss, I banned this map when it was ladder.
Okay. Huh. I banned it too, but because of ZVP.
Yeah, I was going to say, great PVZ. Like, oh, love it. But PVT, I might have ripped some hair out. Might have pulled some hair out.
Might have pulled some hair out. Okay.
Might have just got onto the floor because holy cow.
If you spawn close vertical positions, like let's say you're top left and your opponent's bottom left, Can Terran push from natural and natural through there?
So one thing you got to be careful of, they can do that, but also drop play behind your minerals. The reason they say it's optimizers because I'm sure both players already know this, but you're supposed to mine the top and bottom mineral patches to kind of mine that out.
Yeah.
But you open yourself up to that harass before and after from Terran, especially as Protoss.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a unique one. Kind of a throwback. What? This was a map in the ladder map pool a couple seasons ago, something like that.
Couple seasons ago, yeah, couple seasons ago.
So,
All right, we're getting into it. Here we go.
And spawning at the top left from Peru, we have the red Terran Dandy.
And in the top right, extremely strong Protoss, we have Boa. Now we are horizontal machines. That does help. I'm curious to see if Boa is going to go for some forward gate type of aggression here. I think it's very strong on this map.
Obviously, he's not like hacking, but if he knew, these positions are really like close, natural to natural, right? So if you did a forward gateway on a map like this, it seems like it would be pretty strong in these positions.
Very, very strong here. This would be great. And then you can continue on with that pressure into, you know, even with the, I know Bo likes those early Reaver plays where it's like one gate, we don't see a forward gate, but even those one gate robo pressure with Reaver Goon, hit the bunker for siege timing, all could be very strong here.
There's also no ramp leading into the main on this map. Now in PvT, you know, a ramp is, I don't want to say essential for Terran to hold timings TVP, but man, it really makes it a lot easier, right? Without a ramp, Dragoons feel like they can just kind of get on tanks a little better, you know, attack Marines, you know, early on a little better. It makes it a slightly more difficult for Terran to hold.
Totally agree. Another map where you could do some type of 10-15 high press again if you wanted. We might even see Boa do like a 21 Nexus, add a second gate right away, heavy goon pressure into Reaver. I know something that he likes and is very strong.
Yeah, Boa's definitely down with that Reaver control. I, you know, really enjoy the games I've got to watch of him during BSL this season, and he's kind of showing why he's really a top NA Protoss to be reckoned with.
Yeah, his playstyle is very good, very strong all around, so we know that he's gonna definitely have something ready for this map. Especially because I'm sure both these players have played it so much when it was a ladder map, so they have a lot of experience on it.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that long ago, so they're pretty familiar with it.
Yep.
All right, we see that core spinning. That means range here from the Protoss. Most likely just Dragoon on the way, or we already would have seen a Zealot. All pretty standard things. It's funny, they each last scout each other too, so kind of playing in dark. They don't realize it, but they're right next to each other. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, happens, right?
Yep.
I'm curious again, no Zealot here. Right in a Goon. Probably looking for just 23 Nexus, which seems to be popular. Wow, great micro from Boa. That was fantastic to block that SCV to deny the scout. You know, it seems minimal, but now Dandy's got to think: is he going one base DT?
Right, he didn't even get close to the natural. Yeah.
Yep. Is he going to see these invisible units just come stroll to my base? Like, what's going on? Like, he's got to now think with no scout, things become a little bit more difficult.
Or does he have a Nexus like he does? You know, he doesn't know anything. He's completely in the dark, right? So he's kind of has
scouted. Oh, I think he saw it.
I think he saw it, but I don't know if he saw it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I recognize there is a vulture moving towards my
Oh,
base.
no.
Maybe not. Oh yeah, this could be
Oh,
painful.
no.
Oh no!
Oh,
Shoot.
okay. Another goon pops out just in time, and he blocks him from going behind.
Great pylon wall.
Really well done from Boa. He's only going to lose 2 probes here, which could have been way more if that vulture could get all the way through.
Yeah, it could have been way worse than that. As it is, that'll even up the supply count here. Dandy, doing really well so far. Doing what he's got to do to stay in this one. Nexus down. Should be probably completing here soon. Yep, we see the probe transfer at the perfect timing.
Hang's got to be careful. I mean, usually 4 goons is the magic, so you can 2-shot the tank, but 3 you got to be careful with. You know, get too far out from that bunker, you can take unnecessary damage and lose it.
What about 4 Dragoons, Razz?
4 is like perfect.
Is 4 like just run away from 4 Dragoons?
Well, 2 tanks, no. 1 tank, yes. Get out of the way.
Yeah, 4 Dragoons is kind of the key amount to be able to 2-shot a tank, which is a pretty big timer for sure.
Well, in the beginning of the game here, losing these tanks early just opens yourself up for so much types of harass, damage, later times to push out, you know? So they got to be careful.
Good optimization of mining by both players. See good SCV probe spreading throughout each of those mineral patches at the natural. Second gas very quickly as well here for Dandy, so probably has some thoughts on what to put that to use for.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm watching for that gas from Boa. Nothing yet from him, but we do see that pylon. Oh, robotic support bay, and hopping a probe over. So pretty standard here. Usually you'll want to take your 3rd Nexus and then get a late Reaver out of the map, kind of hold the Terran back with the Reavers as well. So
okay,
pretty standard from him here.
Yeah, the Reaver ends up being a pretty essential part of your build. You kind of need that to hold timings. Ooh, little bit of a misstep there from Boa. Ends up suiciding that OBS over a single turret in the main. So not optimal, but I think it's fine.
He got the information he needed. He saw the armory going down. You know, he saw the 2 factories. So he knows pretty much what's going on. He's going to feel comfortable taking this Nexus, no problem. He has the Reaver coming out. He saw no academy, so he knows that Danny doesn't know what he's doing. So Boa's in a good spot despite losing that observer early.
Observer going in once again, scouting the 2 factories, double add-on here for Dandy. Siege first, and Dandy looks like he's not really planning on moving out anytime soon. He's just kind of content with sitting, producing a few extra turrets, it looks like, throughout the main and the natural, which we kind of expected on this map, right? Yeah, it's a good map for really sitting. You have so much Vespian gas if you're Terran. There's not a whole lot of ways for Protoss to really engage you. You can either attack the natural straight up, or you're shit out of luck, right? You gotta drop, you gotta do some type of like arbiter recall timing to hit the 3rd base. It's quite a difficult map for Protoss.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. Even if Danny doesn't push out or it just sits there, he's going to have 3 gas, and then he's going to be able to take a 3rd command center for a 4th gas. Now, it is important to note that that bottom gas that neither player has taken only does have 1,000 Vespian gas in it. So it is 20% of what the other Vespian geysers do have at all the other bases. We do see a scan, so he sees the 6 gateways. So Danny should know, okay, well, we don't have carriers here, but we're going to have some more gateway man style play, at least right now. And I love this from Boa, right? He's just sitting there, looking to snipe. SCVs coming out, vultures, even tank vulture hitting the tanks with the Reaver shot, backing up, just harassing the army, forcing Danny to siege, unsiege, move.
How often do you see a Protoss player get a Reaver shuttle and just move it to the front of the base, right? Like, I kind of like that. He's not even like trying to play around. He's like, Danny's a good enough player. We're gonna have turrets in position, you know, throughout the main, throughout the third. Let's just keep those Vulture move outs from happening and go from there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
not suicide it into turrets. Not try to get something done that doesn't need to be done. Now has an observer over that army machine, and he did have that earlier citadel, so he may be looking to bust here.
I am a little surprised Danny's moving out the way he's moving out. I thought he would take mid left as a third.
I did as well. Oh, we see those Reavers getting some value already, hitting some Vultures. He, like I said, he sees that the tank count. I know while it's high, there's very low Vulture Goliath, and I think we're gonna see him try to bust. Speed Zealot already here.
Yeah, a lot of speed zealots, a lot of dragoons.
Double shuttle. I think we're
We
gonna
don't
see
have mines down.
We do see a 40 supply difference as well, almost 50. And here we go. He's gonna Zealot bomb the first one, draw the tank. Oh, he's unsieging. He knows he can go in now. Oh my goodness.
This is big damage here from Boa. Getting on top of all these siege tanks. Oh man, this is huge. Massive timing there from Boa, and wow, eliminating just about every tank.
Oh!
He made that look so simple.
He did. It was only that easy, right?
That was clean. Man, that was very, very clean. And Boa pushing into the natural here. More and more SCVs falling. 2 tanks do rally out of the factories, get into siege mode, but wow, the SCVs are being forced to be pulled. This is a lot of damage just coming out of Boa right now, but somehow Dandy's like, he's hanging on, but man, this is big economic damage.
He's hanging on, but he's in life support right now. Man,
yeah.
He lost his entire tank count. SCVs have gone down. There's even a probe during the fight right there with the who's looking to maybe take a base here. So he's gonna hold.
Preparing from Dandy to there to even be able to stall this timing, but I mean, Boa's expanding behind this. We got the third base up. I'm assuming he's either getting on, you know, some type of arbiter tech or carrier tech, given the. Maybe not actually. Maybe it's just Gateway Man.
Speed Shuttle Templar will probably be the next step.
I do want to say Boa only taking the gas at the natural now. So he's maybe on significantly less econ than I was assuming. But still, Reaver coming in here, 2 big detonations on those siege tanks, and once again, the siege tank count has just been dwindled completely. 1 more tank rallying out here for DeWalt. But yeah, Boa just continuing to press in here and doing massive, massive damage with each return.
Yeah. So I know that Dandy holds, but life is tough. His siege tank count has been totally reset multiple times. His SCV count was totally hurt. I know he has a 3rd command center, but he really can't take a 3rd base. The best he could probably do is make SCVs out of it and just try to hold on. We do see a dropship, so maybe Danny's looking for some harass. This is a great way to try to get back in the game, right? Just doing some drop play.
Yeah, he's got to assume Boa most likely has the mid-right island. You know, if there's no cannons there, maybe he can... Oh, he's got a little hole at that bottom left. He could probably put a couple vultures and do some damage here, so we'll have to wait and see. Or he could drop a siege tank too, that would be nice. But
yeah, he scans
I don't know if he
it,
has a tank to spare.
Yeah, I don't think so, but he does scan it, so maybe he'll send it there. But we see Boa taking both a 4th and a 5th at the same time. Another forge coming in. He's just securing his lead here. Okay, got the 4
So there's
vultures
a
going
vulture
in.
drop. Oh. This is gonna give Bo a little bit of time to react with the dropships. I almost think he should have dropped it behind the mineral line. But yeah, probes are starting to fall. Reaver coming in here. Okay. Probe's not really moving a ton. But good damage was actually done there from DeWalt. Or, yeah, my bad. From Dandy there. So, okay. 4th base being taken here for Boa.
And we do see this the Templar out machine. I think we're going to start seeing these storm drops that are just going to be absolutely devastating for a 2-base Terran.
Yeah, when I think Optimizer, I think storm drops. There's so much gas on the map, even though Boa delayed his Vespian gas significantly early on. You know, it'll take him no time to be able to afford quite a few Templar given the map. And if he can erase some of these mineral lines and just continue to bombard this economy of Dandy here, it can be, you know, game ending.
Yeah, definitely a long road to come back here, but he's going to try, going to keep harassing. He's going to take this 3rd. I think once the eco damage starts to come in here from Boa, he'll really start to press his lead a little bit.
So Boa down bottom right, Dandy coming in with a double tank and vulture drop. But yeah, these shuttles are just in the perfect position, dropping that Zealot Reaver on top of these big splash damage being done to those tanks. And it looks like he's already getting himself into position to just defend this timing here.
Yeah, he might get some probe kills with these speed shuttles.
Okay, I guess he will. Wow.
Oh!
Yeah. Ooh,
Wiping
big
some army.
mines.
Wiping some army. That is big. Every time he can keep his kill units from through the mines is big. Lots of probes going down.
Yeah, this is actually doing a lot more than I thought it was going to initially. Ooh, big storm. Okay, Reaver does end up killing that tank, but yeah, the subliminal damage through these mines that were pre-placed, man, that was big damage, actually. But still, we see Boa with 50 supply lead.
Yeah, these are the little things you need as Terran to start getting yourself back into the game. But he's got to keep going, keep harassing, keep getting it done. We see another good vulture raid here, taking out a bunch of probes, trying to get any kind of advantage back that he can, Dandy.
Yep, and doing a pretty good job of it. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with that Zealot, or that vulture run by there. That was big damage to the economy there. Bottom right, though, is being held by Boa still, so that's yet another base going uncontested. It's funny. It feels like Boa's economy is really what's kind of carrying him through this. Not as much the defense or unit control here.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, wow, like, there's not many probes. There's not many probes at many bases, so, but this is going to be another very painful move here.
Yeah, big storm, 2 more tanks dropping. So Boa really just finding damage, just making openings almost. Keep in mind this is really Dandy just on 3 bases and dwindling, right? The main's got to start getting pretty close to mined out here. He's got to start thinking 4th base, and I don't know if he can saturate it. I don't know if he can afford the 4th command center right now.
And he just noticed that Boa does have bottom right as well. That's going to be a tough thing to see, but we do have 3-1 upgrades. Wow, very strong.
Impressive.
Oh, a little pause.
Quick pause here. Man, yeah, 3-1. That is pretty significant given how much damage Dandy took and the timing of the game. I'm actually really impressed that he kept up on those upgrades so well.
Yeah, the thing that's going to really help Boa in these next couple fights is all the AoE. Being able to really clear with all these storms, you know?
I mean, we see a lot of tanks from Dandy, but You know, if you can do some big carpet bombs with Shuttle Storm, you can do significant amounts of damage to these siege tank lines.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, another drop.
Yeah, another drop, big storm drop, forcing those SCVs to pull. Do get a few SCV kills, but you know, every time he does this, Dandy's just mining less and less. So it's even if he's taking bad trades at this point, they're still fine for him.
Yeah, I
Feels
mean,
like.
for the supply lead, definitely has a superior tech going on here. Oh, I think Dandy's had enough. I think he's gonna unsiege. He's gonna move out.
Yeah, 125 supply. It is a lot of tanks, to be fair. No mines, quite laid out, and yeah, it looks like Boa being very diligent with this first group of Dragoons. He's going to delay this timing as long as he possibly can and force Dandy to siege every inch of the way. So actually, no, it looks like Boa wants to go. And Storm's going down. Nice D-Matrix on the front tank. Zealot's getting on top of the bulk of these tanks, though. Storm's going down, but actually the tanks from Dandy doing some pretty significant damage with that 3-1. It's just not enough.
Yeah, I don't think the Terran here, Dandy does not have enough to wipe this army. And even if he does, all of his tank count is reset again, machine. Life's becoming harder and harder to push out across the map, even on this 3 base, which is really 2 right now. And Boa operating on, 3-4 mining bases. I think things become harder and harder. And now we see Arbiter out here for Boa, which is definitely going to be a big deal as we go into this later game.
Yeah, it really is. Like you said, you just can't keep resetting the tank count like that. I'm impressed that Dandy has been able to hold on and do the damage he's done, given, the position constantly, time and time again. But man, Boa's he just does whatever it takes to keep that little bit of a lead every time.
Yep, put his foot on the gas a little bit, keep pressing through. Pressing whatever little advantages he has to make them big advantages, right? He knows that if he just holds Dandy to these 3 bases, which is now 2, and he keeps storming the SCVs in those bases, the game will just fizzle out for Dandy. He won't be able to macro anymore.
We're still seeing shuttles on the map. Good vulture movement, though, by Dandy. And yeah, it looks like Dandy finding this hole once again in the same base. Dives onto this mineral line, and yeah, I mean, this is significant damage. It really is, right? That's like a significant amount of probes going down. It's like, is it enough, though? I don't know.
Wipes the whole base of probes. It's huge. Oh. Maybe he can take this out here, machine, with these
2
units
tanks
are getting really effective trades. Yeah, I mean, 3-2. Pushing in.
I mean, he's making me question it, right? Every time I say it, I'm like, that was nice, but Boa surely has this. And then Dandy just throws another curveball.
Yeah, just let the probe mineral line, and Boa looks like he's going to run into those mines in front. Oh,
yeah?
Nope, never mind. He has an observer coming in, so he's okay. I was a little worried from there, but he's good.
Shuttle coming in as well. Nice Zealot drop onto that siege tank, storming the other tank. And it looks like he's at least got the units he needs to clean this up, but ooh, big storm, actually.
So, it's great to have all these bases, but you know what you really need, machine? Probes.
You need probes.
You need probes. You need some probes to mine. When you have none going back and forth, look at Boa's money.
Yeah, and the supplies continue to even.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at Boa's money just not go up. It's just slowly going up. And Danny getting all these extremely effective trades. And we have a vulture raid into the main here. And he's micro and killing these zealots. Oh my goodness, more connections on mines. And now all of a sudden Dandy's in the lead for supply here, machine.
And that's a lot of tanks, man. You know what's nice about command centers? They float.
They float. They're like blimps.
Oh, they are like blimps, man. And that main command center is going to be taking another mining base here for Dandy.
And-
so
And
we're seeing
Boa's
a-
always
a
at the bottom of the
here.
map machine. So if Dandy can set up a great oh no, more probes.
Is that what you want?
Don't play their lives. No, don't go there. Oh my goodness. But look at Dandy's setup here. He's going to force Boa to attack into these areas where he has set up tank lines and mines down.
Yeah, I do not see this base surviving. Actually, suddenly Dandy's in a phenomenal position.
Uh-oh.
Oh, don't tell me. And then
See ya.
one recally boy is there to ruin your day. This is going to be nuts. Here we go. Recall right onto 4 tanks in the center of the factory line here for Boa. So Boa really finding a nice opening. And yeah, suddenly Dandy may kill the base top right, but he's going to have to retreat back and save his factory count here. Okay, mine's getting some good detonations on Zealots, and it's only 5 Dragoons and a Zealot, so maybe it's not the most significant amount, but still, it forced a big reaction here out of Dandy.
So I think recall's great. Did a great. Oh no!
Oh my gosh! Huge storm drop going down, and suddenly now Dandy's econ's in shambles too.
But machine, here's my question now. Oh, never mind. That answers my question. He did the recall. What do you have in the storms? What do you have for AoE against the army? He's got 2 more arbiters, so he should be okay.
Yeah, that shuttle we know there's no Goliath, right? Actually, yeah, he should have kept the Goliath there and picked off that shuttle. Is this gonna be another recall mid left here? Oh no, no EMP either. Oh wait, do we have EMP? We might have EMP. I'm just waiting, man. I want to see what these arbiters are gonna do.
Oh,
He shouldn't recall in there. I think it's too late. He's already too prepared for it.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Maybe going back to the base would have been nice, but
All right, here we go. Recall did go down. Looks like he's getting on top of some depots.
machine, I think you were right. I think this was a mistake.
Yeah. Shoot, tanks going down. Ah, no.
Arbiters going. Oh, he recalls on top of the tanks and the mine, but he stasis them. Oh, the splash won't even do anything.
Yeah,
He
that was
stasis them and then
very
recalled on
nice
top of them.
Matrix.
Oh no.
unfortunate, man. It was a great plan though from Boa. You could tell he was looking to do some big damage with that one. Maybe he just feels like he wants to delay Dandy as long as possible, and he can, mine his way back into this one. He's still got this shuttle, I think, top, over one of Dandy's mining bases. So, I mean, he's got some potential there. We'll see.
Oh man. I don't know. I think Bo must have watched that KwarK game and said, listen, if I drag this out a little bit longer too, I'll mine and make all these units. They're ready.
They are ready.
But
Tempo's coming up to try to join. Shoot.
bigger and bigger supply lead here for Terran.
Yeah, it really is just starting to look like the Dandy show at this point.
We do have we have another stasis.
We just don't have enough economy here, it looks like, for Boa to keep in this one.
Boa's gonna break this base here though.
Yeah, I think it's only the one tank. He should be able to break it. Nice wall though, and actually now I feel like Dandy knows it's coming. He might be able to react with some vultures here and save this base. And shuttles going in. Zealot bomb on top of the tank. One tank will go down, but two more in position. And Boa is going to be forced to fall back with this Dragoon force.
Wow. I don't want to call it too early, Machine, but this is some comeback from Dandy from where he was.
Yeah, it really was. I was convinced that Boa had this one, and man, Dandy just didn't give up. You know, he just put a lot of his heart into the game, and it showed. He's
Oh, what a stasis!
yeah, that's a lot of tags. Did you just jinx him? You better not have just jinxed
stasis!
Like, I'll be so mad.
Oh
if you just
man, what a
jinxed him.
stasis!
Yeah,
And
that
then
was
what
a
a
massive
comeback from
stasis.
Boa. It's crazy.
I mean, it's still a siege tank, and eventually he's got to kill these 6 tanks that are stasis, and that's no easy feat. So
Well, Boa's no longer mining, so
yeah, he's out of it, man. He's got a Nexus at that top right base, but no probes quite going to it yet. He's got to just start distance mining or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should we
Even
talk
then,
about
where
it?
do you go?
Having a Nexus is great, but no probes doesn't matter.
Yep, they don't matter, man. Nexus don't mine
Oh
minerals.
my goodness.
Yeah, Arbiter does fall, and I think that's the last Arbiter. Dandy's still mining some from mid left, but it looks to be mining out here shortly.
Didn't finish construction of that turret. You might think about it.
Or he could cancel it, you know?
Could
the
cancel
refund.
it and get that money. This is the no money battle.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh,
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 no!
that hurts. That hurts for sure.
Daddy needs to kill that base though. That's how Bo wins, by mining from this base.
Yeah, even then, I don't know. Dandy very much could just retake the base near his or his main right now, and I think he's got an out that way. He is floating his natural command center in order to take that. But yeah, Boa needs this to keep his lifeline. I feel like he needs this to keep breathing in this game for sure.
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw the attention to the supply count right now. 98 to 44. Oof.
Yeah, it's not looking great for our USA Protoss here. Boa really just kind of struggling with the unit count. He is mining this base, but Dandy is slowly pushing in here, trying to cut off this mining for Boa. And yeah, siege tanks in position, sieging away on that Nexus. Reinforcements coming in here from Boa. He knows he's got to fight for this in order to save this game. And here we go. Siege tanks spread very well, getting some good connections. Observers coming in here. We do have Storm, but it's just too much Terran.
Yeah. Oh, and there it is, GG. What a comeback machine. Wow.
Man, yeah, amazing comeback, actually, from Dandy. That was... I genuinely thought that Boa had that, you know, especially after completely eliminating the tank count, you know. Man, hats off to Dandy there, and just continually fighting. That was very, very well played from him.
Yeah, that was an excellent game. Very well done. I thought he was totally finished after losing all SCVs and tanks and everything else, so...
Yep.
So I think our final count for tonight is, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins for Terran, 2 wins for Protoss, and no wins for our Team Zerg tonight.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Team Terran, I mean, they started off strong, right? With Terror, taking out Hawk, KwarK, Babo, dropping that game to Dragon, then Dragon with a pretty strong showing himself, you know, taking out CadenZie the game afterwards, but then it was the Dandy show after that, man. Peruvian Terrans, don't mess with them, man. They are serious business.
They are not messing around out here. They want these wins.
Yeah, they really do.
And then we have the unscathed Nyoken.
The unscathed. He lucked out this time, you know.
Didn't get his hands dirty.
Nope, didn't have to. Oh man,
Just
incredible.
coaching more. I like it.
Yep. They were some great games tonight. Honestly, great job to Team Terran. Hats off once again. Hope they continue it in the future. And yeah, just wanted to say thanks again. For casting here with me, Razz. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you once again, Zero, for having me on yet another BSL Races Championship. This is a fun cast. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And yeah, if you just wanted to once again point to the Patreon, say hey, help us out for season 2. If you can donate anything, it'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Gonna echo that, Machine. Thank you for such a great cast. Thank you, Zero, for having us out here. And yes, please donate. Let's make this happen again. Make it possible. This has been fantastic. These have been great games, great events. Let's keep making all these BSL events go on for a while. So thank you to everybody.
So I will just jump in and thanks to Mr. Machine and Mr. Razz for the cast, and we will have the day 8 in 13 and a half hours, 20 Central European time, 8 p.m. Central European time, so that will be the time that we will start day 8. And huge thanks to Mr. Machine and Mr. Razz for the casting. Yeah, and bye bye guys.